Oh yeah, it's the radio show. It's time to make a radio show with people, and we're going to have to talk to some people right now. We got somebody in the studio with me right here, right now. We got a guy in the studio right here, if you know what I'm talking about. There's a guy in the studio. And his name is Christopher Pritts. Chris Pritts, please tell everybody how you're doing today.
Well, I'm doing all right.
Yeah. Hey, we're here just talk. And what I wanted to start the conversation off with is I just read on Facebook that Chris's wife got into the shower. Exactly, like 30 minutes ago. Hey, I was saying that shower probably appreciates that.
Well, Chris certainly appreciates it.
I know. The shower head is probably one of the happiest instruments on the earth right now.
Well, it's her lover that's probably going to enjoy it the most.
Okay. We don't need Hey, what's that noise? Hey, Chris, what was the first time, as you remember it, that we met?
I believe that would have been the first day of, what was it, 5th grade? Mr. Lehman's class?
I don't remember it being the first day.
I'm pretty sure it was the first day of 5th grade. I could be wrong. It's been a while. There's been drugs and alcohol since then, and my memory don't work so good.
Oh, boy. Well, my memory stopped working a long time ago, so I remember it being 5th grade, but that would mean you moved the summer before.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I remember I was all scared going into a new school and everything, didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
And my older brother was with me when my mom registered for me for school. And as we were inside registering and we came back out, my brother was sitting in a car and he kind of was like beaming. And I'm like, hey, what's going on with you? I was a little shit. I was, 10 or something like that. And he's like, oh, this girl just walked right up and asked if I wanted a blowjob. And I was like, hey, I could really enjoy this school.
Okay. Hey, yeah. Well, let's. That brings us to another thing. When you first got there, you met Mark.
Yeah.
Wes.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. Huh.
Can't remember who else.
Shit. Who else? I remember Jesse because I went to school with his cousin at the other school, and that's how I knew him.
Okay.
Who else? Oh, there was Ted. Remember Ted?
Ted came in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
So he was the new arrival in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
And
he was new arrival for me in 5th grade still. So
okay, that's true. Back to what I was originally going to ask. You met all these guys, but who did you think was the hottest girls at the school in 5th grade?
Oh, why the hell are we going back there for?
Seriously, I want to see if I agree. Let's do this.
I remember I had a thing for that Dana girl for a while. Yeah, I carried a torch for her for a good while, and then moved on to Julie. And I was like, hey, that's a higher class of woman than me. I'm going to have to change everything about myself. And that's when I was like, I'm not going to listen to metal anymore. I'm only going to listen to classical music and try hard in school. That lasted a week.
Yeah, I don't even remember that.
That was oh shit, what was that, 7th grade or some shit?
No. When did you move?
Oh, I moved my freshman year was my last year in Mowequa.
Oh, then it must have been like 7th or 8th
Yeah,
grade.
yeah.
I never tried to change for a woman because I knew I couldn't get one.
Well, it took me a while to figure out that even changing for one has adverse effects.
Yeah, it really does.
Doesn't work out usually.
I used to dream about, maybe a woman will pay attention to me, but it never happened. Then I realized I had to actually do something to get them to pay attention to me. I think a lot of kids nowadays have that problem where they don't think they have to do anything. They just want a woman to pay attention to them for no reason. And also at the same time, they want a woman to have the same interests that they have.
Yeah.
Which we all went through. But I see men.
And the girls will fake it. They will fake it when they're lonely. They'll be like, oh, I'm really into that. And then, like, you get into the relationship, and they're like, I always hated that.
Yeah, and I hate you.
Well, last time I ever offered to fuck you in the ass.
Oh, Jesus. I look at Facebook a lot, and more than I probably should, and I shouldn't make fun of people, but there's some of you guys that are on my Facebook that are listening to this right now. That,
oh, God, Facebook.
That will. Yeah, I know you kind of dropped out of it, but I still love it.
Porn's better.
but you'll see they're single, and their big thing is, I'm not going to change. I'm going to get me a woman that likes horror movies, metal, killing babies, whatever the fuck they do. And that's not how it works.
I got 2 tickets to the abortion clinic. Woo!
Right. It's not how it works. It doesn't work like that. You got to compromise a lot in any relationship. So I can only speak from hetero point of view, but I imagine even in asexual, transsexual, lesbian or male gay relationships,
or
it's probably the same.
Community relationships,
or Mormon, you really got a lot of stuff to deal with.
Yeah,
so
magic underwear and shit, man. Fuck.
Yeah, I've always wanted to get into one of those Mormon girls' magic underwear and see what it smelled like, but it probably smells pretty bad. Which your wife does not smell bad because she's been in the shower.
Well, I'm glad we've worked it back there.
I'll be going back to that repeatedly.
I always wanted to go Mormon, but I just wanted to have a communal bed for all of my wives. But I'm not sure that
they don't do it like that.
Yeah, I don't think that would work with their religion. But hey, different sex.
Mormonism is a weird religion where a guy thinks that he talked to an angel named Moroni. And I think he just took an I and put it on the end of moron. And then when he made the church, he called it the Mormons. He just put an M in the middle of moron. Right?
Yeah, I concur. That seems, didn't he have a magical tablet that only he could read? And
right.
He pissed God off and God destroyed it, but it existed. He swears it.
Yeah.
And he sounded like such an honest, upstanding guy. I don't doubt it for 1 second.
That was one of the things I always went back to when I started messing around with the Toltar religion and stuff, because that was personally for me only. The stuff I saw and did was for me, and then when I would channel music, I did it for me.
Yeah. And
other people latched onto it. But when you get questions like, "Tell me more about your religion," it always starts about like that, and then people start showing up at your house, and then you start thinking, well, I don't want other people to know about this.
I think it's because, they want to latch onto that experience. It was something personal to you, and, people don't have those personal experiences anymore. At least they're oblivious to them when they do happen.
Right.
So they kind of, leech themselves onto other people.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
So, anyone listening to this that's interested in that, guess what? Not going to tell you anything about it. So don't write me. I got questioned the other day about it, and dude, this shit you're probably listening to came out 10 years ago. So get a time machine.
Well, when you was going through that phase, it was kind of it was your church, it was your religion type thing, but it was kind of this expansion on thought and stuff. And you experimented with different thoughts and stuff, and there was an exchange with other people. I mean,
right.
And it was just something that grew for you personally out of that. I guess. But
it's not for other people.
No, people, you need to go out and have your own experience. Drink your own fucking NyQuil, touch yourself inappropriately, and find fucking God.
Right. Or, I think the closest to spiritual experience that a lot of people can get is when they see your wife post on Facebook that she's going to get into the shower, which means two things. She's nude.
Yeah, she's probably nude.
And water is running onto her nude body.
The truth is, she showers in a summer dress.
That's not as good.
With the animals, it's quite kinky.
I'm making faces, but you can't see it.
That's right.
Hey, making faces. Remember that story that one guy told in our class about the other guy's butt making faces? Remember that? Remember asshole making faces and Here It Comes? Remember Here It Comes? Remember the one guy, Here It Comes, and he jizzed and then,
No, I don't remember that.
Maybe that was just my personal experience. Okay.
Well, there was that one guy.
Yes.
There's always that one guy.
Well, we were talking about the girls we found really attractive at our school. I always had a crush on the same one, and actually three. Actually, 4.
Just be honest. As you grew into your loins hungered for them all.
Still
Except
do.
for the one that really wanted you the most. Who I think, did she become Mormon as well?
Oh, yeah, her.
Yeah.
I don't know that she really wanted me. I think she just thought I was cool.
She was pretty into you, man.
Well, mistakes were made. I liked her. She's cool.
Yeah.
But what? Yeah, she did become a Mormon, and the minute I saw that, I blocked her from my Facebook because I'm not talking to any fucking Mormons.
We'll talk about you. We won't talk to you.
Exactly. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. I mean, on a daily basis, what happens with religion on Facebook is a crime to me, and I have to block so many fucking people. There's only a couple of you out there that are really religious that I haven't blocked. That's because you are female and you look very good.
You can get on your knees in front of me anytime. I will offer you the flesh of this Christ.
It's like once you get married, I'll probably block you. But
and fantasize about you at the same time.
Well, actually, no, I won't. Just in case you post you're getting in the shower, I won't block you. But I always pined for the same girl who now she's married, got kids, and she lives elsewhere. I'm not gonna name names like you did.
Well, I doubt that the girls that I mentioned are going to listen to this, so
right. True.
I think I'm safe.
I don't know that anybody that knows me personally listens to this.
But I would also like to point out that I'm sure after all these years, and those girls have matured, and I'm probably still a giant piece of shit to them.
Fair to say. We have a milestone coming up. Guess what, people? Here we are, podcast number 6 with Chris Pritts, and guess what's going on? I finally have fucking confirmation from a human being that this is going on.
Yep. Fucking lawnmower.
The neighbor's mowing again. I'm recording this on a different day than I did last week.
What the fuck?
He's mowing again. No. I don't know which guy this is. It might be the guy that stops his mower over and over to do straight lines because he's using a rider and his yard is this big. I think most people survive by other kind of lines here. But just to get up in the morning.
Sometimes white, sometimes blue.
Right. Sometimes yellow. But red lines are what I survive by, and that's what we've been doing this whole podcast. So hopefully when it comes out, it won't be too horrendous to listen to, but I think it runs through an equalizer of some sort on the program.
Well, we can hope. If not, oh well, fuck it.
Yeah, I can't do anything about it.
All of this wonderful conversation lost, I can't. Oh, humanity will suffer.
Let's talk about an important milestone in our lives, which was, I believe, one of the... I can't remember which dance it was, but we went to this dance, and the man we know named Brad...
Yeah, Brad the man.
...did a lot of fun things for us at the dance, which was he would play air guitar, he would headbang, he would roll around on the ground, he would jump up in the air. The man was crazy. And I saw him not too long ago. So, Brad, you ever hear this? Still love your man. I wish we were still kids and you were still headbanging and getting thrown out of dances.
You still the man, Brad. You still the man. Well, we all had banged at those dances.
Yeah, I know, but he was especially rowdy.
Oh, he was really into it. They could be doing a slow jam. Not in Brad's brain. Fuck no. Look out, I'm tearing off my shirt.
Oh, tearing off the shirt. Let's talk about that.
Oh, no.
Hey, we went to see Ozzy. No, wait.
Yeah, it was
that
Ozzy.
the one?
That was Ozzy.
Went to see Ozzy with Typo Negative, who's
And
dead.
Yeah.
And Sepultura, who might as well be dead. And even Ozzy's pretty much done now, right? He's with Black Sabbath.
Yeah, he's gone for full circle, and with the way people have been dying lately, I expect to see his name in the obituary.
I don't know. I think he'll be around for a while. But Cassie and I were just talking about who do I want to see in concert again before they're dead, and Ozzy's one of them. But
really, I mean,
yeah, why not? And even if they have a guy, even if he lip syncs, I still want to see him.
Yeah.
Well,
I just love the story about how, the reason why he would always dump water on his head was because he was pissing himself on stage. That kind of changed the entire concert viewing experience for me. I was like, hey, there's an elderly man. Is he shitting himself?
Yeah, he is. I believe Kiss did it a couple times. Because I just went and saw them, and it was fantastic. But back to the Ozzy concert, Chris decides for some reason.
Oh, I was jacked. That was my first concert, man. At that time, Ozzy was my boy. I loved Ozzy.
He decides that he's going to take off his shirt.
Oh, I didn't take it off. I Hulk Hogan that mother.
True.
I was like, rip.
I forgot about that. He ripped his shirt
and
off.
I screamed for the entire set. I was standing on the chair just screaming, woo! Ozzy! I screamed so much that I was hoarse on the drive home.
I did that the other night. Who was with us?
Alex.
Alex, okay.
And
it was just Alex.
Was it just? I thought we had somebody else with us. One of the unmentionable persons.
Oh, Way Dog?
I thought, wasn't it?
No, Way Dog didn't go. He's not unmentionable. I talked about him before. Hey, he used to have a bone tattoo on his arm. But during the days of that concert, he still would have had that tattoo, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think he went.
I thought it was 4 of us that went, though.
No, it was me and Alex. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure there was 4 of us.
think you're wrong.
Because didn't we like drive the wrong way back? We were driving like the wrong way on the one-way street.
Up a little, cars. Back a little bit. Up a little closer to the mic. Back a little further from the mic.
Got me.
I don't have any video element.
People are like, what's going on? He's making me look like an ass again, folks. That's been the one constant of our relationship. 20-some years of this friendship, and he has made me look like an ass.
Let's talk about some of those times. Bring one up. Because I got a couple.
Well, I think my favorite was like my first encounter of a true cock block with Dark Angel. There was a time back in the 90s, folks, when, you know, I grew up on a farm. I was totally socially inept when I finally, like, came back to society. And I was really drawn to goths and shit. And one day we were fucking hanging out in fucking Spencer's. And, man, this is a time when I had no idea how to talk to girls. I was striking out left and right. Trying real hard because, Jesus fuck, I had a boner. Well, this one chick finally approaches me. And she's like, hey, my name is Dark Angel. And my good friend here turned to her and said, I don't think I fucking asked. As she did an abrupt face and fucking walked right out of my life.
Well, you didn't need to be no one named Dark Angel.
But she was going to show me things, man. All I wanted was boob.
Like I said, Dark Angel is someone that you did not need to get with, and I don't remember her looking that great anyway. So.
Well, in my mind, she looked fantastic. She had the things I was looking for.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that's the one I remember the most.
Yeah.
I remember it a little differently.
Well, I'm sure you do.
Did I really say that to her?
It was something to that effect. Shit, man, it's been... damn, it's been a really long time.
I don't remember saying that to her.
Because that was back when I was still working construction and shit, so...
Well, move up to the mic a little bit more here. All right, there. Stay there.
All right.
Try to stay in that position.
All right.
Okay? I'll try to stay here because mine is not picking up it's supposed to either. Anyway, Chris just met the neighbor who mows.
Yes, I did.
And I was nice to them today. Last week, I have a funny story. The mowing was going on all during the podcast, and at the end of it, I went out and stood. I'll give you the look I gave him. I went out and stood on my porch area.
Yeah.
And did this. I had a shirt with a guy getting it. I'll show it to you later.
Yeah.
A guy getting his head cut off.
All right.
On the shirt. Okay.
No wonder he was like, oh, sorry, my dogs came over. Yes, we were going to eat your dogs.
And he waved, and I just went. So, yeah.
That explains a lot. That really does explain a lot. Because the girl got off the lawnmower and the dude hopped on, so I...
Yep.
And I know I don't look that freaky anymore.
I'm the weirdo next door, but that look.
You ought to just watch. If she ever mows again, just stand at the window and like act like you're rubbing yourself.
I didn't do it to her. I did it to him. I mean, I've waved to and been nice to, but to him, I play a little game of I'm a murderer. I don't like you, but I like your wife.
I hope you got your Floyd card.
I like to do that to people.
Spread the fear.
Hey, my whole gig has been, far back as I can remember, was just to
Fuck with people, make them feel awkward and uncomfortable.
Well, but be nice to the girls and do whatever to the rest. Or at least attempt to.
Well, you've always tried to play that psychological alpha male. I mean, you're.
It didn't work.
You're like, oh yeah, I'm your buddy. I'm going to fuck your girl.
I only pulled that on you once, and I didn't fuck her. I didn't fuck her, dude. So.
Well, you should have with that one, because I think everybody else had a turn on that merry-go-round.
No, my purpose with her was, you could tell how much of a bitch she was.
Oh yes, and she was.
So I got her. I just wanted to hear her say a bunch of bullshit about you.
Yeah.
Like how she really felt.
Yeah.
And if you remember, we both told you what was said.
Yeah.
So I can't believe she told you though. Like she painted it like I was saying shit.
Yeah.
When in reality, I'm just asking her questions. So I found out I better tell Chris, get rid of this whore.
Well, either way, it only worked out a couple months after that. We finished with, that was the only chick that I got to do an ATM.
Okay.
And so she ate her own shit, and I kicked her to the door. She tried to kiss me afterwards of that one, and I was like, no. I've got what I needed. Now be gone with you, wench.
No, I remember I used to smoke. You know.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
People may not know that about me. But I remember
Well, with your radio show, you've kind of painted this abstract portrait of yourself, and I'm sure a few people are like scratching their heads.
Yeah, right now, because they're not hearing me go, "Hey, motherfuckers." I'm not talking shit on anybody right now. But I used to smoke heavily and gross smoke. Like the cigarettes I smoked were factory floor garbage.
Yeah.
So and they spray it with HIV. But
wasn't that back when you was doing the menthol?
Could have been, but I remember the first time I kissed a girl who smoked, because I hadn't at that point, and I thought, oh, this is why girls don't want to kiss me, because it's gross. But I still smoked after that. I didn't care. But
you did a lot worse to them, so who cares?
Let's not get into a lot of stuff that I did.
No, we won't.
People need to know about a lot of things. But,
well, I don't think there's enough time in your podcast. We could do 10 years of the podcast and never catch up on some of that shit.
That's why I wanted to have you here. We can record as much as we want. We may go 2 episodes, folks. But as my air conditioner kicks on and fucks everything up.
Well, at least you can't hear the lawnmower as strong any longer. So
that's because he got on it and turned it down.
Yes,
he knows I'm crazy.
I'll cut you, man. I'll cut you.
Well, that sure has a cleaver coming down with a head getting.
Yeah.
And I'm just standing there like, with my shoulders all in. I don't even know how to. Bullied guy who is about to snap. And then Cassie came out and I said, man, I feel stupid. I just went out there and acted like a complete retard. And she said, well, he probably already thinks you're a retard anyway.
That's love, man. True. That's love.
That is true. He probably does. And that's okay. I'm fine with that. Most people that I have, through the feedback of this show, I have heard that most people think I'm retarded. So I bought more equipment so I could interview people, because of me talking, and then I can go into a Captain and Tennille record with I'd like to fucking kill somebody, so it doesn't really work. I'm smart enough to know it doesn't work. I want to show Chris something that I got. Ow. Keychain.
Impressive
I said,
keychain.
hey, there's a dinosaur keychain. Can I get that? Because I don't have much money. So I asked my woman, can I have $1 to get this keychain? And Cassie said, yeah.
Did she make you dance for it?
No, she said, I'll give you $1,
so
but
lucky.
don't go over $5. I said, okay. So
that is awesome.
when I pushed on it, it made the Godzilla noise. Now listen, I'm going to keep
lights up too.
Yeah, now it's made in China.
You folks can't enjoy the pure grandeur of this little keychain, but it is an impressive keychain.
It lights up while doing this, but also, well, just his mouth lights up like Godzilla. It's going to shoot you with fire, nuclear breath or whatever, radiation. But
now I know what to get you for Christmas, Mantra, so you can battle it out.
Well, that's just the thing. This is not Godzilla.
No.
Doesn't look anything like Godzilla,
no.
does it? Now look, made in China, they forgot to have a shutoff.
It looks like Godzilla raped Barney, and that was the product, because it's kind of got the belly and everything.
Well,
I love no.
It does. Now I'm going to keep it going. I'm keeping the button pressed. Okay, the button is depressed right now, and it won't stop. I don't know where the battery is in this thing. But I used to, every time we went to the store, I had this on my keychain for a long time. And every time we went to the grocery store, I'd just do what I'm doing right now. And it would be in my coat. And I'd just have this going the whole time. Driving my woman insane.
Because that's how you keep yourself entertained.
Well, I said the new Godzilla's going to come out soon. And
yeah.
I got to scare people. They think Godzilla's coming. Every time an Asian person, this is wrong, every time they came down the aisle, I'd pull it a little more out of my pocket so it'd be a lot louder. And they'd look around like,
oh, you motherfucker.
No, like, am I really hearing that? Is that really happening? Is the Godzilla really? I'm really hearing Godzilla at the store. Like, what the fuck? But I think everybody had the same reaction. But, yeah. See how it just keeps going?
Yeah.
It doesn't stop.
No.
I'm going to stop him right now. But I can't. He's gone out of control.
He's ransacking Tokyo.
He raids again. But doesn't look anything like Godzilla.
No.
Nothing.
But he still definitely looks like the product of Godzilla and Barney rape. But.
Yeah, but I just wonder where did this come from? Like, who made it? Like, it was just a keychain, just sitting there, 99¢.
It was a magical keychain meant for you.
We're another thing we like to do is buy little things like this. Now, what the fuck's that?
Oh, that kind of looks like one of the things from like Mario Brothers or some shit.
Yeah, I guess it does, but it's not. It was out of a
no.
It's out of gumball
It's a
machine.
Cyclops duck.
Yeah, without arms.
What the hell?
Well, I guess it...
Like a duck doesn't have a hard enough life, you gotta make it a Cyclops, too.
Has wings.
He can't fly with those wings. He ain't going nowhere with those itty-bitty nubbins.
I know. I know.
Luckily, it's got big feet, so it can paddle well.
Try paddling against Godzilla.
Ain't gonna happen. He's gonna rape its ass.
Let's see. I can just do this all I want. I don't give a fuck.
You folks can't see this, but holy cow, it's hysterical.
This is not FCC regulated, so you can say what you want. And
thank fucking God for that.
The one thing I wanted to talk about is when I shouldn't bring this up. Yeah, I got to.
Oh no.
Well, actually, no, I'm not going to bring it up because you're married now.
She don't care. She's heard most of the fucking stories.
Remember when the MSNBC producer Maria Ashrafarian came to town? Yeah, I still got her card somewhere.
Yes, I remember that.
Now, I can say her name because she gave me a card, and it was a business card, and it was like she was a corporation. So now, when I say Maria Ashrafarian, I am saying a corporation name.
That's right.
And this lady proceeded to tell me, not only did I suck but also that I was not going to go anywhere in life. But I've sat back for 10 years and never seen her name on anything.
No.
And I don't think she has a podcast.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't.
So.
But she was trying to get a meat sandwich the night I met her.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk about. That happened, and then Chris was really drunk. And he fought me over it. Physically. Fought me. But
I don't remember that aspect. But
nothing was hurt. But actually, my foot was kind of hurting this too. But
was it an ankle lock?
No, you just were bullying me around a little bit. I just said, all right, I'm going inside, dude.
I don't even fucking remember.
You threw me into stuff, and I almost went down to the ground. But didn't, and I went inside. So, that's not the point of the story. The point of the story
I don't remember any physical
altercation. The point of this story
whatsoever.
is something that you will probably find hilarious. I was on the internet on chats, and I used to troll chats all the time. I love to troll chats. Not anything else. I don't troll anything else. Just chats. So, I...
wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? Wink, wink.
I was in one, and this kid is shit-talking the fuck out of me.
Okay.
And, well, you know, and his ultimate insult was that he was with a producer from NBC.
Yeah.
I said, oh, you mean Maria? And he said, wait. Yeah, that is her first name. So I said her last name. He said, how the hell do you know her? So I told him.
Well, I guess that was her thing. But she was really trying to sell herself on the idea that, you know, she was a mover and a shaker and get shit done.
Right.
But she
it's NBC. I mean, look at what they have. What, America's Got Talent?
I don't even know what they have.
She's probably somewhere in New York sucking some dick. But hey.
No, I think she's just traveling the Midwest doing that.
That probably was her job. Find a rube.
She's polishing rube knobs across the Bible Belt.
But I'll always remember that happened twice. That I was on a message board once.
Yeah.
And I didn't write nothing on it, but someone else was saying
that.
Yeah. One guy was shit talking the other one with this girl, and he's like, "Oh, you mean?"
Yeah.
And it just went on like, well, how the hell do you know her? And well, because she sucked my dick, idiot. Well, when did that happen? And it just went on. And with this guy being devastated that his girlfriend, in quotes, was...
Yeah, anybody that you pick up in a fucking bar is not going to be your fucking girlfriend. It's going to be a fuck buddy for a while.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. More people need to get laid, in my opinion.
Yeah,
the world would be a calmer place if there was a lot more orgasms.
There's a lot of depressed people who need to get laid a lot more.
Yes, I completely agree. And I think that's how we could, solve all the problems in the Middle East. We should get all the fucking whores across the world and just parachute them into the fucking Middle East and let everybody get laid.
I think we should parachute them in with bombs strapped to them and kill all the motherfuckers. Tell you the truth. I'm not Mr. America, but I live in America. So what am I supposed to say? No, I don't want us to bomb people. Of course I want America to bomb people.
I just want to see everybody get laid. That's all I want.
Well,
I think that's a pretty good American principle. I mean,
Ted Nugent had a song called "Love Grenade," and that's probably what the world needs is an actual love grenade that tells you "I love you" and then blows up.
I love you. Oh, I feel better about myself. Bang.
Like, really? What a shitty name for a song, too. But, I mean, he's not really firing on all cylinders, is he?
Oh, come on. It's Uncle Ted.
Well, I hate when I see people put him down on the internet because it's always the same thing. Well, he's a fucking conservative douchebag. But,
Who gives a fuck?
I've met a lot worse conservative people than a guy who takes his shirt off, wears what did he even wear? He wore like a Tarzan outfit with a tail on it. Yeah, a loincloth and with a tail on it, and went and play guitar and
I don't know why people could take this guy seriously anyway. He's a performer, folks.
Right.
He is a fucking all of them. Reality TV, chill the fuck out.
right. Yeah.
They sold out whatever integrity they had a long time ago for a big ass fucking contract. If anybody out there wants to give me a fucking contract,
Yeah. If anybody out there wants to give me another contract and then screw me over, I'm here. Because I've had plenty of them. And
you
they
feed your
screwed me.
thief with broken promises.
One of my favorite ones was the contract for the cartoon, which was,
Yeah.
we will give you $0.00 for 120 seconds of your cartoon. Now, you don't think, that doesn't seem like, maybe you guys would sell that. Zero's good.
It'll get your name out there.
But this was a company with money.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Well, that's how they make their money.
yeah, they screw people like me
Yeah.
in the ass. I mean, they wanted me to do new footage, and I think
Didn't they contact you trying to get you to do a 24-hour fucking turnover on a cartoon?
Yeah.
And that is ridiculous.
Well, I think it was 24 to 48.
Well, that's even 48 is fucking ridiculous.
Cops can't even work that fast, and all they got to do is file a paper. I mean, look, it would have been 49 hours of me working straight.
Yeah.
To do a turnover rate like that.
Yeah.
But they were nice to me, gave me some merchandise, and that's how companies roll today. Is they give you, I want to make this clear to anybody right now who is thinking of being in the entertainment field. If someone gives you merchandise right off the bat, that means they're not going to pay you.
That's right.
It doesn't matter that they say we're going to pay you. Then you're going to get a shirt.
That merchandise is the lube right before they stick it in and break it off.
Right. So it's nice to have, and I don't mind those guys. I'm not mad at them. I understand.
Yeah.
If I ran what they're running,
It's a racket. They're running a racket.
I don't even know it's a racket. I don't know how they could even make $1 off of what they got going. So there's not, I probably wouldn't pay anybody either.
Well, they probably don't make anything. It's probably all just fucking credit, Look, we have so many employees. Give me more money.
Yeah. I think that's how everything operates.
Yeah, well, money's not real anyway, so fuck it.
No. Money is the root of all great things in life. Which is why think about money, man. I wish I had some money.
Yep. Until you have it. And then you're like, man, I wish I had other things.
Well,
then you just go buy those other things.
Right. Exactly.
They say money can't buy you love, but it'll buy you a prostitute for a night.
That's true. Speaking of prostitution.
Hookers and blow.
No, I don't have anything with that. But one of my worst days.
I do, but I'm not speaking of those. Not me purchasing the hooker, just being propositioned.
I've never purchased a hooker. I don't have to.
But they have purchased me a time or two.
Exactly. Hey, wanted to bring this down a notch, couple notches.
We're bringing it. We're cutting it down.
Cutting it down because I want to talk about one of the saddest days in my high school life was when Chris moved to Nokomis, Illinois.
Woohoo!
Which when you're
actually, I moved to Coon Holler. If you remember, that's actually where I moved.
Yeah,
I was 10
true.
miles from nowhere, people. That's why I had a hard time finding boob.
Well, yeah.
Gave me a better understanding of deliverance, too. And that's dark days.
Yeah, as I remember, I only came out there a couple times.
Yeah.
It was way out in the middle of nowhere. And
well, I was always trying to escape. It was like Alcatraz to me. I got to ride my bicycle 10 miles to get out of fucking nowhere. I'll do it.
Yeah. Well, we all had that. I mean, I was in the middle of a little town, but I still had to ride my bike to escape adults. But adults are... Now that I am an adult, and I'm a childless adult, which means I don't have a child, and I also don't have pets or anything. So...
And he's pretty content.
No, I'm not, but I still can't understand some of the stuff we went through and what kind of mind does that. But that's not what I want to talk about.
I blame all the shit they sprayed on the field. I swear, if you would have drank from the fountain at our school, you would be out chasing imaginary butterflies on the recess playground for a while.
I was thinking, I've thought about this a lot lately. Like, I used to think I was bullied a lot in school.
Yeah.
And now I'm remembering all the bullying I did. So I grew up with an extreme anger and hatred for no reason.
Yeah.
Because actually, in reality, I was also one of the bad guys. So still today, like you'll hear on my podcast, I am a bully.
Yeah.
And I'm a mean one. And my neighbors don't even want to deal with it. So
giving them the look of death and shit.
What gives me the right to act like that? I don't understand it. And I look back at all the people I didn't like in high school and elementary school and junior high and all this other shit. And one time, very beautiful girl who was related to one of the girls that you were talking about, who I love dearly to this day.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Told me, my brother needs to talk to you. He knows he bullied you, and he just hates himself for it. My response to that was, fuck him. I don't care about
I ain't giving him the satisfaction. That son of a bitch.
Right. I was just like, oh, fuck him. Of course, he should feel bad. Fuck him. And,
Well, I think everybody has that, but we tend to always look at ourselves in a more favorable fashion. Right. It's better to look at ourselves when we were the victim instead of when we were the aggressor. Everybody fucking does that. I did the same thing. I fucked with people, and still do on occasions. But sometimes you got to, because let me tell you something, Chuck. There's only 3 kinds of people in this world: dicks, pussies, and assholes.
Yeah. I can go for that. But I don't know who Chuck is.
Oh, it was from some movie.
Oh.
Let me tell you something, Chuck.
Okay, it must have been like Roadhouse or something.
No, it was fucking Team America. Fuck yeah.
I've seen that. I've seen it, and I don't remember anything from it.
Don't remember Alec Baldwin?
I remember nothing from that movie, except that there were puppets in it. And they had that song at the beginning.
Oh, AIDS?
I don't know.
AIDS was pretty
It was something.
Not the disease, a song about AIDS was funny, I guess. People right now are listening, man, that guy's a real fucking prick.
This is what I grew up with, folks. That's why. Well, I think of a lot of people today, like the people who shoot up schools and shit.
Yeah.
When they make themselves into the victim, but probably they were like, hey, you fucking faggot. And the other guy was like, well, fuck you. And then they're like, well, I'm going to shoot you.
Well, it is the equalizer. It is a
It's
equalizer.
like, I don't know. I don't have any hard feelings against anyone anymore, except hipster people that try to infest the black metal scene and the country music scene. Because I grew up with country music, and there were no people with the kind of mustaches and hair that are in it now. So it kind of gets me going. And I see the flannel shirts. I know. I've been wearing flannel shirts for 25 fucking years.
Don't even get me. I fucking hate it. That's what I hated about grunge was all the motherfuckers that came from fucking money were like, oh, I'm wearing flannel shirts. And I'm like, you dick.
Yeah, I was like, my grandma gave this to me for Christmas. And now it's cold out, so I have to wear it. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Still think about your wife in the shower, Chris. Earlier today, Chris was over here. We owe him some money for some house. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. They're going to hear it. Okay? Just shut up. Chris, shut up. Don't say anything when I say this. Now, earlier today, we owe Chris money, and earlier today, we owe Chris money. And we tried to give him the money, and here's what transpired. Don't say nothing, Chris. I got it on tape.
No, you don't. Yeah, take your money back.
No, you take it. Damn it.
No. Bubble. There's a bubble.
But you did the work.
Right, and it's yours.
I did it as a fucking friend. You guys did me a big fucking favor by sending me the fucking 100. I don't need the fucking money now. Keep the fucking money. Someday I will come to you for a favor.
I might need you again to help me fix something.
Just hand me the money. I'll take it.
No, you're not getting it.
Well,
I'll buy DVDs.
Right, so you're not getting
I got some horror DVDs I want.
No.
Give it to him. I don't need it. And you're going to keep it.
You may need it.
I don't.
I can buy a Chinese
I'm good.
guitar for that. Give me that.
No.
Have a new
This is
guitar for the
yours.
stage.
No, it's not.
It belongs to you.
No, it
We
doesn't.
promised you more money. You should
As
just
I said before, I didn't expect a fucking thing. I was just doing what I do.
Right, but if I had to pay someone else to come do it, it would have cost a lot more.
Yeah, but you didn't. And luckily you know a guy who knows a guy. So, there you go.
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
No, I want you to take it.
No, I'm not taking it.
This is like when I would try to get money back.
I'm
to
leaving.
my hand. Shit.
Make sure he takes it.
I'm not taking it.
What am I supposed to do?
A reverse mugging.
Right.
You're going to take it. You're going to fucking take it.
Slipping in his
No.
G-string.
Okay, well, I think I got enough footage of this one.
Yeah, that's more than enough. You don't need to be recording that.
So everybody knows, whichever microphone I'm on here, just so everybody knows, Chris did some plumbing work, and it was grueling plumbing work.
In a G-string.
And we gave him half the money, but we didn't give him the rest of the money, and he won't take the money. That was me recording that.
Appreciate the settlement. Don't need the money.
We'll end it right there. Cassie, you got any word on that?
No, because I want him to take it.
Well, I'm not taking it.
He's not taking it. He don't have to take it.
That's right.
We're not going to take it.
Anymore.
I'm leaving.
Where are you going?
I've had enough.
Okay.
You know, I used to spend all day prank calling people. Chris, how
Good a service does your phone have?
Currently?
Yeah, right here, right now.
I'm not sure why.
Let me see.
I don't even have a bar.
Yeah, neither do I. I was gonna prank call someone. I probably should look for my phone at least.
I don't even know where it is. But
Yeah. Speaking of prank calls, I remember
you talk about that. I'll hear you. I gotta go get my phone.
All right. One time, this was when this was after we graduated, and I was living in Decatur, crashing at my brother's house, and we decided to do prank calls one night. You know, because that's what we fucking did. And I remember us calling this one guy and telling him that we were looking for somebody to go to a party. And the guy's like, "Oh, I'm not that guy, but I'd love to go to the party with you." And so we ended up convincing this guy to sit out on his fucking porch and wait for us to come pick him up, because we were all going to go to this, party that didn't exist. And, laughed it up, had a good time and everything. What was it? An hour and a half later, the guy fucking called us back at the phone number, and he's like, "Where are you guys? I've been sitting on my porch for over an hour." And we were like, "We don't know what you're talking about, sir. Nobody's going to a party here."
I got a lot of good ones. All right, let's try this.
All right. Random names.
I'm gonna see if it works. May not work. May be very bad service. Who cares? A lot of times people don't pick up because...
Well, the modern age is a lot different. I mean, back then we were still using phones that didn't have the displays and shit. Well, you could get away with shit back then. I think that's what I miss the most about that time period, is now you fucking do anything and everybody's got a goddamn camera on their fucking phone and they're like, "Oh, look at this dumbass." You can't get away with shit anymore.
Right, but I got star 67. Free with my service. So, here we go.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. While roaming, please include the area code of the number you are calling. Please hang up and try your call
See,
again.
my phone is roaming in my own house. All right, well, that won't work. We're going to try this one more time and see what happens. Oh, I know why it did it. Okay, try this again.
I forgot the area code. Chris, say something, because goddammit, this is boring for people.
He is dialing numbers, folks. This is some exciting shit.
I'm trying to find the right number. Okay.
He is just going through a phone book, looking at a phone number.
Yeah, but I had to make
I'm
sure
giving
I
you
got
the
right one.
play-by-play.
I had to make sure I got the right.
Chopping it down for you. All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hey, how are you?
I'm sorry.
What you been doing?
Who is this?
Guitar playing Jack. You remember me? Come on.
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, guitar playing Jack from the bar? She hung up. See, it still makes me laugh. Let's try one more.
Okay.
I don't know about guitar playing Jack as my character. but let's see.
She sounded older, so you might have
Yeah.
gave her a heart attack. He's trying to strum my strings. Ah.
Maybe she knew a guy named Guitar Playing Jack.
I remember guitar named Jack.
I'm going to call a couple here. Let's see. 935. Oh, all right. Don't say the number out loud.
We are dialing.
Be Jackie Robinson this time.
Jackie R.
Jack Ronson.
Hello. Please leave a message after the tone.
Okay, I will. Hey, I need you to come pick up all that stuff. Yeah, it's been here 7 days waiting. Gonna have to take legal action if you don't get here. You know the name, Jackie. Call me. You got my number. I know you got my card. Bye. Better get here. 30 days to act. Bye. Well, at least I left a message. It's a Sunday, so I know the old people are home, but a lot of them, since I'm using star 67, it comes up restricted.
Yeah.
And they know they're not gonna have to answer it. So if I get their answer machine, I gotta leave a stupid message. So let's see. If I can
Some
do
of them probably believe it's Obama calling them or some shit.
okay, we'll do Obama. Barack Hussein Obama. All right. Let's get somebody here. All right. We got... Ooh, that's a good name. Well, no, that's... Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it.
No fucks were given this day. Let it be recorded.
That's how you kill time on podcasting. Because you could start telling some really bad stories about people.
I think we've done enough of that.
Well, 15 minutes of trying to prank call people. Here we go. I've got a good one.
You got a good one? Okay.
Oh, boy, do I have a good one right now.
Oh, come on, break it out.
This is one of my oldest.
Break
This
it
is
out.
Everybody's oldest, but, if I can't find a goddamn...
Could always call a bar.
Here we go. All right.
Prince Albert in a can.
Okay, gonna be calling a store. Try it again.
All right.
They have to answer. And that's the beautiful thing.
And if not, we can get somebody fired because of it.
Yes.
Going back to that whole bullying issue. We're such assholes, you're going to lose your job.
Okay.
Get ready, folks. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one.
No, it's not, because I have no service. Fuck. This is going to be a waste of time.
All right, here we go.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm the guy from the refrigeration service that was there the other day. Can you check the back freezer and tell me if it's running?
I'll call my boss. Hang on.
Okay.
Probably at home, too. Be like, why don't you just go check the zeros running?
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line. We'll be right back with you.
They won't. This is the music portion of tonight's show. We're playing easy.
Hello, and how can I help you?
Yeah, I was over there at the store. I was checking the refrigeration unit. Can you possibly check to see if the rear freezer is running right now? We got a call, and I can't come out tonight.
Okay. All right, I'll go check. This is the first I've heard of it. I'll go check and see what's going on.
All right.
I'll be back up here in a second.
Okay.
You mean the big freezer in the back?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go check for you.
Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line. We'll be back in a moment.
At least you're giving him something to do on a Sunday night. That's how you gotta look at this. Oh, this is pretty fucking mild. It's not like we called up some unhinged person and be like, "This is God, you gotta kill your family."
Well, he must be going a long way.
That poor guy.
know the punchline. It's gonna take this long to get to it.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is
I'm
appreciated.
gonna wait.
Please hold the line. We'll be right back with
As
you.
long as I have to.
You know how you can make this up to him later? Free fucking merchandise.
The big freezer is running, but my pizza coolers aren't running. It feels kind of warm. It's about 25 degrees in there right now. I didn't get a chance to pull the carts away and check the compressors and stuff, but
Oh, you know about the compressors then?
a little bit, yeah. I'm kind of the night manager. I know a little bit about it.
Okay. Well, I don't know who I talked to last time. I'm not sure how to tell you this, but if your main one is running, I think you better go catch it.
Okay.
And goodbye to you, sir. All right.
Oh my god! Oh, that was beautiful. That took forever. Sad part is there's actually a situation developing in their freezer. There,
Don't buy a pizza there.
25 degrees is a lot.
Man, that took forever to get to that. I was not expecting that. Holy shit, I was not expecting that. Wow. I can't believe someone fell for that shit. Holy shit.
Well, people have jobs.
Hey, remember Mr. Helm?
Oh, yes, I do.
Hey, remember how you used to say things?
Yes, I do.
So now I'm going to say some words and you're going to say them like Mr. Helm, starting with Middle East,
Middle East.
gold,
Gold.
coal,
Co.
orange.
I don't remember that one.
It was orange.
Orange.
Oi for oil.
Yeah.
Park the car by the coal pile.
See, I missed out on all that. I was gone before I got to have driver's ed.
I got a good story you weren't there for.
Instead, in Nokomis, they like showed us like that graphic movie of like all the
We
car,
saw that.
yeah, with the meat hook.
I didn't look at it.
I was just like, man, I don't have to look
Well,
at
that
it.
was my first experience of a snuff film, and I'm glad that it came from the educators.
I didn't have to look at it, and I didn't. And that's all there was to it. Kind of like dissecting a shark. You're like, this thing smells so fucking bad, I don't think I can look at it. As you're cutting it open, and what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Got a story for you about driver's ed. I was in class with Ted.
Okay.
And I was also in one with Brad. So, first story I have. Brad Hazel he says, Brad, turn right. Brad turns left, and drives through someone's yard. Okay, that's a good one. Mindy Zindel was in the back with me. We were in the back of the car, and Mr. Helm liked to play the radio. Well, what comes on the radio? Marvin Gaye, Sexual Healing. Mr. Helm starts to dance a little bit and sing the lyrics and turns it up.
I would have paid money to hear him sing that song.
So that was a funny one. Then we have the Ted story. Ted is driving, and I'm in the back. Mr. Helm's in the front with Ted. He's talking rules of the road bullshit, you know. What would you do if you... The exact quote was, now, I'm watching Ted drive into a trailer. There's a trailer on the back of a truck parked on the side of the road. Ted's driving into it. And he could have went up on the ramps and went on it. But he's just kind of drifting slowly. And you know Mr. Helm knows.
Yeah.
But he's not saying shit. And finally he says, he's like, suppose something happens and someone would look over and say to you, Ted! And Ted freaks out like, oh! And goes back on the road. But yeah, that was funny. Another story was, I'm not going to mention the name, but he had to look like, go left, go right. He had to look at his arms. Yeah.
I think I might know who you're referring to.
Preston, I'm going to give you a B-, but only for the driving. You did good in the other parts. But when I had my first, I went to Decatur to get I went to Shelbyville to get my first driver's test.
Yeah.
So everyone said Shelbyville's easier.
Yeah.
And I ran a stop sign, but I didn't know it. And when we got back to the place, he said, well, yeah, you did good. But did you notice that stop sign? I said, no. Yeah, I'm going to have to fail you. Oh, okay. I guess I'm not getting my license today. All right.
Well, you weren't the best driver back then, because I remember the first night you actually got your license, and we went out cruising in your car, and somebody accidentally he was eating your Star Crunch. I remember that. God damn, that was the best Star Crunch you ever ate, and you didn't happen to see the ditch that we just kind of drove into. Yeah. Nothing got hurt. Nothing got damaged. And then that was also the first night I got pulled over. And now keep in mind, folks, like I said, I'm backwoods, very much country kid, and I used to carry knives with me, and that was. I had this one really cool knife, had a real nice handle to it and everything, and the cop saw that knife, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing with that knife?" He goes, "That kind of knife's for stabbing people." And I go, "Well, officer, I don't know about yourself, but I use it for hunting and fishing."
Yeah, you were 16.
Oh my God.
You're using the knife to hunt and fish. 16-year-old guy using a knife to hunt and fish.
That's right, because I was freaking Rambo. Well, I certainly wasn't using it for stabbing people.
That's true. We just like knives.
I like driving around going,
I have, I think, 3 knives in my car right now.
Yeah.
Of varying sizes.
Yeah.
And I used to have a kitchen knife under one of the chairs, a large kitchen knife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I have other knives. Sometimes I also, let's just incriminate myself completely. Sometimes I also drive around with my gun. So, anyway, have to in the city. But,
that's right. You never know what's going to happen.
What happened that night, played out over almost a month because the people got mad at me.
Yeah, I remember. It's such douchey people.
And they were thinking of suing and all this other shit. And they kept calling the cops about it. The same fucking thing.
And there was no fucking damage.
No. But my kid could have been in the yard.
Well,
but he wasn't.
Yeah.
So
keep a leash on that fucking thing if you're so worried about it, you fuck.
My stepdad said, why don't you... I think it was my stepdad at the time. Why don't you just call them?
Yeah.
And I said, no. I'm not going to call them and apologize. I didn't do anything. I went into the ditch. So, yeah, and then my mom, and then the cop told me, yeah, you might want to just call and apologize. And finally, after 3 or 4 weeks, I called and apologized. And he said, hello? I said, hi, I'm the guy that drove through the yard. He said, oh.
Because enduring this wasn't enough.
He said, well, look, I was really pissed that night, but... And I know he was pissed for weeks.
Well, obviously, if he kept calling...
Right.
Oh, I was only pissed at one time.
Well, he said,
I kept reliving the horror.
Anybody could have been in my yard and you could have hit him. I said, I know, sir. I'm sorry. It'll never happen again. And he said, well, all I really wanted was for you to apologize. I said, okay. Bye. That was it.
Okay, Chris,
Yes.
I have a talking to the mic again. Fuck.
All right.
Again.
Hello.
Again.
All right.
Again.
All right.
Talk loud.
No.
Talk loud.
No.
Loud as you can. Well, now it's
Let's break out an immigrant song. Woo!
okay. There we go. All right. Try it again.
Titties and beer.
Go again.
I like titties, not so much a fan of beer. Give me a whiskey.
I'm just trying to make sure you don't redline. Try it again.
I want a red line. I'm a fuel-injected suicide machine. I am the Night Rider.
Yep, didn't really need to check his levels.
All right. So, I always, when
Cassie and I watch a movie, half the time I've seen them, and I say, I saw this when it came out. I went to see it with Chris Pritts. So let's talk about that. What movies do we go see?
Holy shit! We've watched a lot of movies. I'll tell you the first movie that we didn't get to go see because we weren't old enough. Freddy's Dead.
Yep.
Yeah, and I remember we had the money and everything, but they wouldn't let us in because we weren't accompanied by an adult.
Right.
And so we went and spent all the fucking money in the arcade playing video games. Woo!
We also bought Guns N' Roses' Use Your Illusion.
Did we do that night?
Same day.
Oh yeah, that was the release party. I remember that now. Yes.
Yep, same day.
Yeah, back then that was actually a big deal when like people would release music, at least to the kids who were fucking sold all this shit through all the fucking commercialization and shit. But yeah, we're like, woo, we're getting new music first.
Yeah, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, remember when he bought an Axl Rose shirt?
Yes, and I remember how I see my parents were like really strict and I wasn't supposed to have like heavy metal and shit. And like my heavy metal t-shirt I would like take off when I got home in between when my parents would get home, and I would hide my shirt.
I remember.
And I had for my tapes, because that was back in the days of cassette, I had my little, what was it, like a vault thingy? One of those, oh, what the fuck are they?
I don't got any idea what you're talking about.
And the things with the combination and shit. Lockbox. It was a lockbox.
Safe.
A safe, yes. Well, it all depends on what part of the country you live in.
Right. Well,
but yeah, that's where I kept all my music.
I want to point out, nobody called me back.
Success
You
on
called it-
all levels.
I know you had to keep your music in a safe, but I couldn't remember that you, because I remember you had records too, but you had to hide them in your dresser or something.
Yeah. But that didn't work out because there was like the occasional midnight Gestapo raid where they came in and tore through all my shit. That's how they found that like naked picture of that chick I drew.
Oh God, you got in trouble for that too.
Yeah. I was like, oh, so and so drew it.
Probably me.
No, I think it was somebody who wasn't like a really close friend. Because my parents would have been like, well, you're not hanging out with them anymore. And I was like, I'm thinking 3 steps ahead. Never wanted to hang out with that asshole anyway.
I remember when your mom went into the art teacher and said I was a devil worshiper. She told my art teacher that I was a devil worshiper.
And the story I got was we weren't supposed to hang out anymore because that teacher supposedly told my parents that you were a bad influence.
Okay.
But we were a terrible influence on each other.
As you can see, still are. I'm still prank calling.
I remember freaking our school books we would go through and completely deface them.
Oh, God, yeah.
And yours, you really went overboard. And
That's what I do with everything.
the greatest picture, though, was when you, the little kid who was like sitting there in a complacent thinking pose, and you took an eraser, erased everything out, and had him smoking a cigarette. Churrosky chocolate.
Yeah, exactly. I asked someone if they'd ever had churros before, and they were like, "What?" People still have no idea what that is. But
they sell them at Taco Bell.
I remember, I think it was in your book, there was a guy in a phone booth, and you erased everything around his hands and put a rifle in his hand. Because he did have a look on his face like he was going to shoot somebody.
Go and do some serious business with that bad boy.
And I remember we erased everything.
And you like totally kissed out one book. I mean, everybody was Ace and Gene. Look out, it's Star Child.
I never had to pay for those. And after you had left in 95 or when did no you left in 91 or something. Okay.
we graduated. We all left in 95.
Right. But you left.
It was like 91, yeah.
But I had continued the practice of defacing all books, and we never got caught for any of them.
No,
and
we were really sweating the Spanish books, but luckily it was consolidation. Right. We totally fucking lucked out because they were consolidating schools, so all the books of that year were tossed, and
they were given to another school, so someone else
even
saw
better.
them. I mean, we made people.
Those masterpieces may still exist today. That would be awesome.
I remember I went to bring
a little boy pissing off the cliff.
Yeah. I mean, we had the front of the book. The very first page was fuck, and all the way through, every picture was fuck. I mean, we didn't write. The writing was all intact, so if you wanted to learn, you could. But every picture was fuck.
We were making learning fun.
So
it was an interactive journey of knowledge.
I continued. The only books I didn't deface were science books.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoyed science. But,
and you had a lot of respect for the teacher.
Right. Every other book I defaced the fuck out of. And in English class...
The math books, we didn't touch with those because that guy scared the shit out of us.
Which one did we have? Kaplinger?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't touch his books.
I'll never forget the day that one kid fucking fell asleep in class. He had a chronic problem of doing it. And man, he just flew off the handle and got him by the throat and was like, "Wake up!"
Who was that Mark?
No. Jason
Reddick?
Yeah.
Oh, it was Reddick, yeah. Okay. Anyway.
And I don't think he ever slept in that class again.
No. I always liked Mr. C.
Yeah.
There was someone at the school who used to send my mom dirty notes in the mail.
Yeah.
Wouldn't put a return address on it, but they weren't dirty. They were mean. They were just the meanest shit that you could think of.
Yeah.
Just horrible things. They'd have a picture of a monster or something. They'd say, "Look at you" or something. And I always wondered who the fuck had that kind of vendetta. But
yeah.
A certain teacher looked like Purple Pie Man from the Strawberry Shortcake series.
Yeah, he did.
And my mom had told him, "Look at you." She brought in a Purple Pie Man doll and said, "Look at you," and started laughing, and he got really pissed off. And I wondered, maybe there's a connection there.
Purple Pie Man's revenge.
Yeah. But I continued to deface books, and in an English class, Mr. Moore was our teacher, and he said, this year...
Remember when we had to do the group apology to him?
Oh, I had to do more. One guy...
And I was actually nice throughout the school year, but I still... I laid down the apology, and he's like, yeah, you weren't really a problem, Chris, but I appreciate it. Because I didn't fuck around. I knew that hell was waiting for me if I fucked around too much at school, so...
I knew my mom would probably just laugh because she was a teacher.
Your mom was more even-tempered.
She had to deal with them, so she knew that the teachers I was ripping on in the class, that they were dumb.
Yeah.
So she knew they were idiots. She didn't care. Anyway, Mr. Moore was not an idiot. And I will, I was defacing his books, and he said... This year I'm checking all the books because we have to give them to a different school. And last year when we gave them, they were all defaced. And there were some really bad ones. Well, I knew, of course. Mine was the worst. So inside I'm just grinning from ear to ear. But also I'm thinking, holy shit. Fuck. I have to turn in this book. And it's completely fucked. So I, sitting in front of him, hand him my book. This is one of the last days of school. And he flips first page. Okay. Second page. All right. And I said, Mr. Moore, I didn't do any of that. That wasn't me. The
book fell out of my backpack and somebody just picked it up in study hall.
That was all of our excuse. Like that, it was in there before we got it. And he said, yeah. It was in there. Like all these members of your favorite band. Those were just happened to be in the book you got.
Well, in our defense, back then we all pretty much listened to the same shit. So
yeah, but I was a little overboard with bands too.
Oh yes.
So he's like, yeah.
In those days, you were a Christian.
Yeah, and he said also the desks, every desk that you've sat behind says "Kiss" on it. And he said this one, and he said, I'm going to have to make you pay money for the book and this desk. And I looked at the desk, and I was like, man, I can't believe I did all that. 'Cause I defaced the back, and then I sat in the desk, too. So I defaced the actual desk. And it was all AC/DC, Kiss, Led Zeppelin, Merciful Fate. It was every band I liked, and every band I had a T-shirt of. So my band's got me in trouble. But one day I was making fun of him very vocally in class, and he got so pissed off he had to leave the room. And then he called me to the office, and I just said, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I thought you were laughing with me. I didn't know. And he said, oh, okay. I'm sorry for yelling at you. I said, okay. I'll never do that again.
And thus began his journey into manipulation.
Right.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to rag on you, man. That's all right.
That's okay, because it's true. But
that's why he always lets the barn animals down solid after he
I
gets
just
done
shut
with
up.
them.
I never liked that teacher after that. I thought, man, he crumbled like a cookie. And I just I
really wanted him to be a bigger dick about it.
Oh, he was screaming at me first, but then no. But I would have liked a better fight. And I remember I brought my guitar in, and I had to do some oral report, and I brought my guitar in, and everybody's excited. A hush falls over the room. I'm going to play my guitar. And he said, okay, well, it was an oral report combined with an actual report, so I had made a tape of all these guitar solos. Right. I was a huge asshole back then, too.
Yeah.
So he says, how long have you been playing? All this shit. I give this long, stupid report about guitars.
Yeah.
And then he says, can you play some of the stuff that's on the tape? Well, yeah. Well, let's hear you play. I said, well, I can't play it. I don't have an amp. And he everybody looks at me like, what the fuck? I said, no, I'm just going to change the strings. I'm going to give you a lesson on how to change the strings.
Right.
So I took like 20 minutes to change the strings on the guitar. That was it.
What I remember most about his class was, we always had to do book reports. And at that time, I wasn't a strong reader. I wasn't a reader. And so I would always go find really obscure books that there was no way in hell that anyone would have ever fucking known what this book was, and I'd invent this entire story. I think he realized that, but just gave me credit for
For ideas.
Yeah, he's using creativity.
I saw that backfire with A Man is Alive in Outer Space by some made up name. Justin Hunter got up and gave a book report and said, my book is A Man is Alive in Outer Space. And my mom was the teacher at the time, and she said, wait a minute. I've never heard of that book. Let me check and see if that's in the library.
Yeah.
So he got in trouble. But not after she made him give a report on a book he'd never read.
Well, see, I was at least a little more clever about it. I actually would produce a book. But
I was the same guy who just watched the movie and gave a report on the movie.
Yeah.
And the greatest part was at the time, all
the
these movies
were like nothing like the book.
Well, no, at the time, all these movies were coming out like Bram Stoker's Dracula, which were a little bit closer to the book. So he was grilling me on specifics, and I knew him because I had seen Bram Stoker's Dracula instead of the old Dracula. Like had I gave a report on Bela Lugosi Dracula, he would have been like, "Yeah, you watched Bela Lugosi Dracula."
Luckily, Francis Ford Coppola was a little more.
A little bit.
Yeah, not much.
No, but I mean, who wants to read that shit? Come on. I remember we used to be in. I had a gifted reading class when I was really young, and I had all the classic novels, but they were in comic book form.
Yeah.
So I would just read those and give book reports on those too.
Well, that was the thing. Was we didn't read a lot of books, but fuck did we love comic books.
Yeah, you used to like a lot of them, and I remember you being more of a DC guy.
No, I was always Marvel.
Really?
Yeah. The problem I always had with DC was that, all their, heroes and shit, they come from like wealthy families and shit. I couldn't relate to that at all.
That's true.
But yeah, I read a lot of Marvel. My favorite though was the heavy metal magazine. It wasn't, heavy metal magazine. It was the sci-fi graphic novels, and it had boobies in it. Yeah, love those. And Conan, the Conan saga.
Yeah, Conan was good.
Yeah, that was my porn at that time because of what I mentioned earlier, the raids. But they were like, "Oh, comic books, that's safe." Yeah,
sure
that's
it
safe.
This one's got hardcore rape scenes between three men.
My favorite one was the it was like a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood, and she's like on top of the monster at the end of it, and she's just fucking the wolf's brains out, and then as she orgasms, she chops the wolf's head off.
Holy shit.
Yeah, great reading for a 15-year-old when you're going through,
Yeah, well, when I was 15, I was reading Circus and Hit Parader and all that garbage.
Yeah.
So, pictures of Axl Rose, pictures of Sebastian Bach.
Yeah.
That's what I was reading.
See, I'm glad I really never got into that.
Music was my thing. I had to do it. I had to be a guitar player.
Yeah.
I just had to play guitar. And looking back, I'm glad I learned, but
music was always kind of a crucial element to our existence. Because fuck, I remember. What was it, 6th grade when we were doing Dancing to the Fat Boys?
Yeah. Yep.
And Weird Al. Holy shit, did we love Weird Al.
Yeah, I still do.
Yo, man, you ain't fat. You ain't fat.
People give me shit about it, but yeah, that's one of my main guys.
That's right, as it should be.
It's supposed to be. I'm supposed to be into all this other quote unquote weird stuff, but I'm actually into Weird Al.
Yeah.
So that's how that works.
Oh shit, he's more demented than any of them, and you know, Weird Al's awesome.
Well, let's. I was gonna do something, but let me see here.
He's going back for his fix, kids.
We're gonna do something. All right. We're gonna see where. Yesterday I went to see. I don't even know my own password. Yesterday I went to see a real haunted house. That was fun. Anyway, hey, look how many people like my profile picture.
The one who offered to suck my brother's dick.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
She was like fucking 15 and he was like 20 something. Yeah, that was after he got out of the Navy first time.
I would have taken her up on the offer if I had.
I'm glad he didn't, because that would have been statutory.
This is I got a new friend on here. I talked to him the other night on Skype.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was at my friend in Norway's house, and he's a really cool music guy. I like talking to him. It's fun. This is my nephew and my niece.
Oh, ain't that adorable?
Yeah, it's real adorable.
Nice way to change the atmosphere in here.
Yeah, it's kids. Kids are kids, whatever. But
kids, what about these kids today?
when they get, I love kids, but little tiny kids drive me nuts. It's like, ugh, I can't. They're always sticking their finger in their nose, and I don't know.
and plus you really, it's hard to communicate with them. I always have a hard time of not being able to, you know.
I can communicate with them. I just yell at them. We're talking about school earlier, and after you brought up that she's the one that said that, wow, can't believe that. She never offered to do anything for me. She did stand up for me a couple of times when the metal guys were making fun of me. Because my mom was a teacher, so they'd come pick on me, but she would stand up for me. Hold up, I got a call. Hold on, I got to reply to a text.
Okay. Well, ain't that something fun? But yeah, I remember she did that, and because that was back when my brother, he kind of looked like Patrick Swayze from Roadhouse, and that's what she even said. And you look like Patrick Swayze. Can I suck your dick? And so
I would have said yes you can.
Because he was rocking that mullet hard.
Well, Lance, you were my hero.
You're still my hero, bro. Love you, man.
I ain't seen you in a long time, so I can't make a judgment. My real hero is my grandpa. But that's still blowing my mind about that. Because she would have been she wouldn't even have been 15. She would have been, if that was the first year you were there.
Holy shit, yeah, you're right.
She would have been
way fucking young.
12. 11 or 12.
Holy crap.
I don't think I would have taken her up on that. But we got a couple.
She blossomed early. I mean, she
had some titties. But we have some girls around here that are like that. They look at you like they're going to eat you. And if you talk to them, they want to fuck you. I'm a 36-year-old man, and they're like 13.
Yeah.
Just because you have a car, I think. So he has a car and it's got bass.
Well, they don't have. understanding of the world yet. Fucking Knight Rider.
Yeah.
Come on, Kit.
When I saw it, I thought, "Oh shit, the store got my number."
I wish I could find like the phone ringtone thing for like the Highwayman, because I would love to hear Jacko say, "Oi, who parked their wheels in my supercar parking space?"
You know what?
We enjoyed terrible TV back then too. Terrible.
I think that it exists. I'm not sure. No, I had to watch the whole episode once just to get to that part, and I thought, really?
Well, they hooked me with their pilot episode because they had the Piper in their pilot. He played like the preacher man. And yes, I used to be into wrestling. And Piper was, Ryan was always a Hulkster.
And you were Piper.
Yeah.
Between fact and possibility, where the laws of the present collide with the crimes of tomorrow. Patrolling these vast outlands is a new breed of lawman, guarding the fringes of society's frontiers. They are known simply as highwaymen. And this is
look at him.
And the show was totally trying to be Mad Max without the budget.
Look at that. We thought this was cool, dude.
Oh, yes, well, it was his truck. It was a copter. It was like a fucking transformer.
You know how much...
If you guys have never watched the show, you need to fucking look it up on YouTube at least once in your life. Because I think that guy was even in Mad Max, wasn't he?
I don't know.
Wasn't he in like the Thunderdome?
Not sure.
Oi!
Jacko as Jetto.
Oh, 80s, how I miss you.
Yeah, that was fun.
Terrible TV.
Look at that, though. Look at that bitch. I shouldn't have said that word like that, like it was nothing. Oh, whoa, look at Montana.
Because there always has to be
Yeah, see, you got to relive it right there. But how much did NBC pay for that shit? Holy fuck, what a piece of junk.
You know what I found? So I found out that they've redone or rebooted whatever fucking Mad Max, but I did not know that the guy who did all those did fucking Happy Feet.
Yeah.
What? I totally clueless to that, and I was like, how the fuck do you go from apocalyptic future to dancing gay penguins?
Well, it's like, I want to know, how do you go from making a short, well, not short, it wasn't short, it was way too long, making a feature-length movie called Monsters about large giant monsters, and then going on to direct the remake of Godzilla? How does that happen?
Well, I'm just glad Michael Bay's not involved.
I saw Ninja Turtles.
Was that any good?
Actually, yeah. It's great.
You watched the Godzilla too, didn't you?
Yeah. You want my real opinion on it?
No, give me your fake one.
I loved it. I thought it was okay. It was better than some of them, but worse than a lot of them. So, an American Godzilla is kind of...
They're not very good usually. Well, when I saw that Bryan Cranston was in there, I was kind of hoping he like reprised his role from Breaking Bad and like sell Godzilla meth and Godzilla's all tweaked out and destroying New York.
He did. That's what it was. See, they created him and then they gave him meth. But no, he doesn't really. I don't remember him destroying New York. He came in and fought another monster like he was the good guy. See, the point of Godzilla movies, granted, some of them he's a good guy, but that was because Japan was used to Gamera movies.
Yeah.
They were trying to market Godzilla to a younger audience, so they made him a good guy. But in all the good, and there's probably 24
and then,
of them.
Of course, there was the Godzilla versus King Kong, American versus Japan.
Yeah.
And it had 2 endings.
Well, they say it had 2 endings, but it really doesn't. Found that out.
Really?
It doesn't. No.
Wow. A myth has been broken for me tonight.
Yeah. So all it is
Live and learn.
They walk off.
I'm not going to fling my poo at you,
Fuck
and
it.
I'm not going to breathe fire.
Well, it's hard to feel sorry for King Kong in that movie, and it's also hard to feel sorry for Godzilla. But when they were marketing him toward a younger audience, they, I think they took that from Gamera movies, because Gamera was a kiddie thing.
Yeah.
And then, so there's like 24 or 22 good Godzilla movies where he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
And then there's this other section of Godzilla movies where he's trying to save Japan from whatever. And I never got that. Godzilla should be a bad guy. Godzilla versus Destroya is really good because he's Godzilla's getting ready to die, so he's becoming a nuclear reactor.
Yeah.
And he's turning red. And yeah, I like that one.
Didn't they do one where he took on like a fucking mutated Frankenstein or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was in Godzilla Final Wars. I watched that the other night. And they had a scene of him taking on Frankenstein. Yeah.
That was always the other thing we always had in common was the love for terrible horror movies and also martial arts movies.
Yep.
Hey man, give me my piss. Screw you, I want my chicken.
Well, my friend in Europe was telling me about the whole thing of some kind of Asian culture thing he had read about. They used to drink the young piss.
Yeah.
Because it would make them younger and stronger. So the old men would want to collect young boys' piss.
Yeah.
And I thought that's where that came from. Because when we watched that movie, we didn't know why he was going around.
No, and it was the funniest fucking thing.
This guy was going around collecting pee from boys in a cup. And in like a mug.
Well, it's better than what the Greeks did.
He'd give them, he would curl up with an apple and say, "Hey, boy, you want this apple?" And they'd say, "Yes, please, sir, give me the apple." "Okay, but you have to pee in the cup." And it was dubbed English. And, that was on Commander USA's Groovy Movies. Which I've searched for that movie for so long. And,
I don't even... What was the name of that one?
No clue. I can't find it. So there's like I remember watching Friday the 13th on Commander USA.
Yeah.
And he reenacted the ending with a Barbie doll. He had her up to the camera and he cut off her head.
I miss those. It's like Billy Bob. I miss Billy Bob's Drive-In.
It was, I can't, look, they have Commander USA entire
holy cow
episodes on YouTube, so I'm going to have to check that out later because maybe I will find that movie.
Yeah, I did not know that they did that. I've got viewing entertainment now.
Yeah.
Last night I passed out watching Three Stooges. So.
Oh, he did The Brood? Why would he do that? That was a good movie. Huh. Maybe he did do some good movies.
Yeah.
He did a Friday the 13th series, and yeah. They have whole. They still call me Bruce.
That is awesome.
Wow,
I have learned so much tonight.
I was trying to find a short clip that we could let's see. Here we go.
My own Groovy Man blender. Yes, it is a special Groovy Man blender to take on vacation. Because the cord can stretch you all the way back to your hotel room, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Oh, the memories.
I'm going to stop this right now. He tried selling bananas, a bunch of bananas for 25 cents, and he was like, holy shit, that's a horrible price. You can't get anything for 25 cents.
Hell no.
When was that?
That would have.
This would have been like 85 or something. But,
yeah, the cost of living has went up considerably since then. That was back when gas was 80 cents.
He was like, get the fuck out of my face with your 25-cent bananas. Now you got to pay fucking $3. That's how much inflation hit us.
Yeah, it's...
Since Ronald Reagan, one of the greatest presidents ever.
He can suck my dick.
Yeah, I know you don't like him, but I like him.
I don't like any of them. I mean, I'm not...
Will?
I don't... Come here, Nancy.
Will, why don't you suck my dick? 25 cents for a bunch of apples. Well, maybe that's good. I remember when they sold arms to Iran, and then Oliver North lied about it. Yeah. But then all of a sudden, 10 years later, Oliver North is a good guy, and he's got his own show.
Yeah. Ain't it all like Fox, too? Yeah. It's like, holy shit.
And I think he's still on there, because I saw something the other day featuring him. But
that's the fucked up thing about politics, is they constantly prove themselves to be absolutely worthless pieces of shit.
Completely.
But you give it a little bit of time, and they smell rosy.
Yeah. Rosie O'Donnell. Who was that?
Now there is a fine piece of woman right there.
Rosie Perez. Remember her?
Oh yeah, I remember her.
Yeah.
Wasn't she was Puerto Rican?
I don't know. No clue.
I remember I watched that one, White Man Can't Jump, to get a glance of side boob.
Oh my god, dude! What the fuck?
I was really hoping for the full boob, but it was only side boob. You
were worse than the guy who went to check his freezer only to get a stupid joke at the end of it. That's I don't know.
That's terrible.
Yes, it is. Very terrible. I don't even know. Like, we're milking this. I don't know what to talk about at this point. I will tell you about yesterday.
Yes, you was going to regale your tales of yesterday's hauntings.
Now, don't mess too much with that mic, because I'm probably going to have on there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so
I'm molesting it. Oh.
Okay, we went to this haunted house. My friend said, "Hey, let's go to this haunted house. It's a real haunted house, and it's free."
Right.
Okay, let's go. Okay. It's going to be a big festival, and it's just south of a town that's like an hour from here. I said, okay, cool. Well, 2 hours and 30 minutes into the trip, I'm asking, okay, where's this town that's just south of the town that's an hour from us, because we're fucking 3 hours into this drive. 3.5 hours later, we arrive at the destination. I go inside. I said, we can't get upstairs. They had the upstairs blocked off.
Right. And was that where most of the activity was supposed to be?
I don't know.
Because this was supposed to be a real haunted house, not...
Right, a real haunted house. So I will go into the back. I'm walking around the house looking. Mainly, I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to anyway because I'm me, you know. And I can say whatever I want. I'm a grown man.
You can't shackle me!
No, I noticed that there's some girls in there. They're probably in their early 20s, if that.
Okay.
And,
that's always
okay, I'm going to go straight to that room and check out some girls.
Yeah.
And this guy's in there with them. And so I'm just looking at the girls, and they're like, hey, and, you know, my friend was with me, so I was like, hi, and I just walked on by because, you know,
right.
I'm there with everybody's there, so I can't be like, hey, baby. So anyway, I pass that up. I go into the other room. I look in. It's a bunch of chairs, and I said, I bet that's the entertainment room because there's supposed to be entertainment.
Right.
A young punk walks by me with an acoustic guitar.
Oh, and everybody knows how you love the acoustic guitar.
Right. Hand me my acoustic guitar. I'm going to do what this guy did.
this punk sits down in a chair to no one. There's no one in there. I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no... Okay. Automatically, I want to kill this motherfucker. Not really. I just want to hit him.
He was just making the ghosts aware that he doesn't practice Santa.
Now, Cassie's in there too. And she's listening to everything. She's rolling her eyes like, oh my God. Can't believe this is even happening. And, because, goddamn, please. And, so automatically I know this is 90s grunge man.
Right.
He's gonna come in and play some, what you're supposed to listen to when you smoke pot. And, which is not what you're supposed to listen to when you smoke pot. When you smoke pot, you're supposed to listen to AC/DC For Those About to Rock album, because first song ends with the cannons, and then you're starting to get pretty high, and you keep smoking a little bit when it hits in with... On the second song, your fucking mind's blown, and AC/DC becomes the best band in the world. Get that album and turn it up as loud as it can go, and tell me that after For Those About to Rock, the second song, which I won't even tell you what it is, but when he gets into bam, 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 and he goes, yeah, ooh yeah, and then that drum beat, your mind will be blown, and you'll never want to listen to some hippie shit. You'll listen to rock and roll like you're supposed to be doing in the first place.
Fucking right.
So anyway, this hippie douche is in there playing. I shouldn't be this mean to, because he's a kid. He's just trying to get
he's just trying to get laid.
You know.
That's why we did all of the shit we did.
But anyway, Cassie said, one of the girls just said, it sounds like somebody's playing some Sublime. And I went, oh Lord, oh God, here we go.
Hookup was made.
Well, a couple of the girls, or one of the girls went in there. I don't remember. It's either one or two.
Yeah,
that's it. And he starts playing Alice in Chains.
He's breaking out the catalog there, man.
He plays Don't Follow by Alice in Chains, which, I only heard 3 times in my life, and I never heard Alice in Chains play it. I heard the band I was playing in play it. So I know how to play it, and I know how it goes. But I ain't never heard that fucking song. Well, as soon as the song's over, this girl, she's really cute, but probably 20, so I'm not going to talk about her anymore. And probably Cassie will hear this and think, ugh, he thought she was cute. Well, I was not looking at the face. Anyway. Hey.
Was she tight? Was her body tight?
It is very tight. It was good enough for whoever. If they were 20, they could hit on her and have a good time. And she'd probably be able to give them a good time because she is a pretty girl. Now,
well, that usually translates to dead lay, but okay.
She comes out and says, he just played my favorite Alice in Chains song. And so I'm thinking,
oh, God.
If I was here alone, boy, I could have this girl quick.
Yeah.
Because I'd just go in and take that guitar. But,
school them all.
Also, if I was 15 years younger. But that's all she did. She just said, he just played my favorite Alice in Chains song. And the other girl sitting in the windowsill said, oh, what, Don't Follow him? She said, yeah. That was it. They never went back into the room with the guy. So there's a measure to that. Girls, they might like to hear what you, they might like to hear a song that they like. But that don't mean they like you.
No, it's not going to translate to good things.
It's not going to go over very well.
Yeah.
Like if I got up and played, some Dark Throne, nobody's going to give a shit. And I think those girls could see that he's just playing what he wants to play. So when you get a band, I'll tell you what people want to hear. This is around the globe. They want to hear the AC/DC drum. Just that. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? Now, Kiss ends with that every night, right? So, that's what they want to hear. And Tell me a band that didn't do that for a whole concert, that didn't have 20,000 people at their concert, and they want to hear good blues guitar. That's it.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear funky bass. They don't give a shit. They give a shit about blues guitar and a simple drum beat. And just so happens, a guy sitting with a guitar may make some money out on the street if he's playing in the right place with enough people, enough tourists.
Yeah, a city.
Right. But he's
do that
not
in a smaller town, he's just going to be a vagrant.
And he ain't getting laid.
Yeah.
So
this is with a dead pigeon.
It's my message to men if you're playing in a band, and women if you're playing in a band. Well, actually, no. A woman can play in a band, and all men will want to have sex with her because she has boobs.
Totally different thing.
It's boobs, you know.
Men are like, oh, boobs, let me have. And women are like, I've seen cock.
Exactly. Yeah, cock. Yeah, cock's ugly. I mean, gay guys worship the cock, right? Women don't worship the fucking cock.
No,
they don't.
No,
so
no, they worship the wallet.
They worship the wallet. But we as men, we worship the boobs and the butt. So, as hetero man, okay, the boobs and the butt. Now look, I don't want to bring this up again, but Chris's wife was in the shower. And I know that there was some water and some soap going on.
Oh, it was sudsy.
There were some suds on those boobs, man.
Oh, my God.
Hey, what I wouldn't give.
Here, let me put your woman in there, too. All right, Cassie and Ashley just lathering each other up.
That won't happen.
Oh, that is delightful.
Well, those are great things to dream about. But at least I know that it did happen. The suds were on the boobs. And I can think about that. And I hope that you don't play this in front of her because holy shit.
I'm totally going to.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to be the one getting in trouble because I just put her in the shower with another woman. So, as my wife, it's clearly stated she's not ever doing that.
Yeah, well, that's no big deal. Sometimes
my fun times are over.
Sometimes when life becomes a porno, it gets really boring. But
it gets weird. It does get weird.
It's weird and boring. And
believe me, I walked that path.
It's like you spend all night fostering a thing. It's like you create this thing out of clay.
Yeah.
And then the clay hardens and it falls apart, or the clay farts.
Or it turns into a golem, crushes everything, attacks you in the shower with stiletto heels, pisses in your car.
Well, maybe you create the most beautiful sculpture of David, but his penis is very small. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, okay, yeah, I got two girls in the same room. I'm banging one from behind, and I just want to go home and play Super Mario 2.
That was not my reaction to those moments.
It was mine. I'm like, yeah, okay, I accomplished that. I'm doing that. And all I want to do is go home. And I'm hungry. And, man, I got to fart. And do I fart? I mean, what happens if I fart?
What is the protocol of flatulence when having an orgy?
Yeah. So it was always, for me, it was like, yeah, this is good, but I did buy that game, and I'm already level 12, and if I could get up past that, maybe I'll see the ending tonight if I get home in time.
We all have our different priorities.
Right. Well, I'm a video game nerd, so when I saw, this is terrible, when I saw the ending of Metroid,
yeah,
and it was a girl.
Yeah.
Oh.
That wrecked your world.
No, I was just like, oh, I wish I could fuck her. But it was a little tiny.
Isn't it funny how it changes? When you're younger, you're playing video games, and you're like, I'd rather be fucking. And then you get to the point where you're fucking, and you're like, I'd rather be playing video games.
In fact, I can say this with all honesty. Every time I had sex with a girl in a weird situation, except for one of them,
who I love, because love is an important thing in a relationship, and you have to foster good relationships in order to have the greatest sex. So,
smacking it,
jacking it. Every time that I was, he's making fun of me, but I'm being serious. I want ladies and men to know you need love in a relationship to really have good sexual times. But sex can be fun. But the thing is, I can say with all honesty that every time that I did something that I really thought about a lot, and it came to fruition as a sexual act,
right?
With all honesty, I would have rather been playing Metroid and seen the ending again. Metroid on NES.
Not for me. I was always happy with my conquest. I was man. If I would have had a pole, I would have been sticking it in asses across.
Dude, it's hard to do that as two guys who have done things. It's hard to do that and get away with it. You never come out clean with it. There's always something wrong that will happen, whether it be 3 days later.
That's no shit.
Something always fucking happens.
Here, let me give you guys a little insight. If you are ever have the opportunity to, get love in stereo, be sure that your girlfriend is the one you cuddle up with later, because otherwise the next morning, that's fucking hell, son.
I have nothing to add. I never
cuddle with the one that you showed up to the party with. That's the way it rolls.
I think the thing for me was, after I was 14, I wasn't really an orgy guy.
No.
So all my conquests were the hunt. It's just like hunting deer. The hunt is so fucking fun when you've got it right. It's right in your sight, and you have the shot to take. Once you take that shot, it's over. Yeah. And you got to lug a dead deer back to the truck.
Or in this case, a dead baby.
or you may. I don't want to talk about anything like that. That's terrible. But that's bad. Your woman's gonna be listening to this. Really, slap him right now with one of them big knockers.
No, baby, I'm still working through a concussion.
Give him a concussion with one of your large breasts.
I've been nippolated.
That's one thing me and Chris have always had in common is our love for large-breasted women.
Yep.
And big titties. That has always been a good thing to talk about.
Yep.
And we could talk about big titties probably for 3 hours, Which girl had the bigger titties? Who has the big titties now?
I like big titties with butter or whipped cream, or you fry some bacon on there or whatever. Fuck it.
Look, during my podcast, here's what you've heard. Subtle racism. Terrible sexism.
Little misogyny.
Yeah. You've heard stories about people that we shouldn't even be talking about because it's mean. Abusive stuff coming out of our mouths, and also we made a store manager run back to the back of the fucking store and figure out if his freezer was still working. And also, on top of that, he finds out that one of them isn't. And I can't help him. All I had for him was, you better go catch the running one. And
now he has an actual issue to deal with.
It's just weird how things work.
The universe, man. Synchronicity.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Butterfly farted. That caused you to call that gentleman, and you saved a bunch of pizzas. You might have saved somebody's life, man. You might have saved somebody's
Salmonella,
life. Yeah. Could have happened. You never know.
Salmonella.
Never know.
That's an old prank. But that's Saul Rosenberg. Saul and Sal were talking about salmonella. I want to say hi to Salmonella the Second. It's on my Facebook. I want to say hi to Salmonella Part 2 on my Facebook. Hey, someone wrote me the other day and said, hey man, your friend Salmonella 2 sure likes to call people gay. Oh, I thought that was pretty funny. I was like, yeah, he does. I think that's an Illinois thing. We don't mean, hey, you're an actual homo.
Yeah.
We mean, like, I don't know, think of South Park or something. It was a big insult back in our day, but it wasn't like.
Well, we were older, and you're dealing with a lot of shit back then. I mean, fuck, we grew up on watching the old Bugs Bunny shit, and they always had the subtle racism in there, and it was funny to us because it was a caricature. Now that shit's fucking banned.
Yeah.
People can't take a fucking joke anymore.
Right. They can't. Really
and
can't.
I would think that homosexuals would have a better understanding and appreciation of that.
No, actually, a couple of my gay friends wrote me after this. I can't remember. I think it was Malevolent Creation, death metal band from Florida.
Yeah.
Not very popular, but I had their tapes and shit in high school. And, whatever. One of their band members posted on his site calling his drummer gay as an insult.
Yeah.
And I got on Facebook and was like, why is everybody up in arms about this? He's like 45 years old. Gay was the insult of our day. And you just said it. You didn't say you're a homosexual.
No.
You said that's fucking gay. Or this is gay. Not every objects were gay, and you'd be watching a movie and it'd suck. And you'd say, man, this movie's gay. So my actual gay friends wrote and said, don't worry about it. I say gay all the time. We call each other faggot and fucking homo. And I said, well, see, it's the same everywhere then. And these kids are...
See, those are well-adjusted people.
Right. And these are young people, too. They're in their 20s, so lower 20s. So I see that not everybody's a whiny-ass fucking politically correct bitch.
Yeah,
but everybody
that's something that needs to fucking die is the political fucking correctness.
Yeah, but if it does... How are young men not going to get laid? Because that's how you don't get laid, is by being PC. If a girl looks at your Facebook or your Twitter or your live journal, whatever the fuck you're on.
See, in my day, I just showed him my penis. I miss that.
Yeah. If a girl sees you being PC and defending the status quo of what the media says you're supposed to defend, that girl immediately puts you in the friend basket.
Oh, yeah.
You're not even in a zone.
Yeah.
You are in a basket, and you are thrown off of a cliff into the water, never to be seen again. If you act PC, you're fucked.
Yeah.
I remember, I'm not going to say who it was, but he said, dude, please tell me how you get all these women. I said, first off, play guitar. That's immediately the thing, because all these women are my age,
right.
And back then playing guitar actually meant something. Today it don't mean shit. But I said, for your generation, you need to be a little bit meaner than you are. You're too nice. You go up to women and you're like, hey, how are you? And you really act like you're interested in them, and they don't want you to be interested in them. Women do not want you to be interested in their feelings or anything that they think about, because they're just like you. They're a human being, and they want to be left alone. They are a human. So what do you think of when you're at home alone? Do you sit and think, wow, I'm really into this book. I wish somebody would come in, ask me what the book is, and then comment on the fucking book. No, you just want to read the book. So when you see a girl looking, maybe she's just having a drink at the bar, and you come up and say, what you drinking? Automatically you're fucked. You're not going to get laid. She's not going to call you. Don't even bother with it. Don't ever say stuff like that. Go up to her, knock her drink over, and then just laugh. and be like, what are you going to do about it? Guarantee you'll get laid. He took my advice. He got a girlfriend.
Oh. Amazing.
Don't say, what are you drinking? Hit the drink and knock it over. Knock it on them and say, whoops. What are you going to do about it? You want to fight or something? That's how you do it. That's my advice for all young men out there.
Or just pour it down your pants and be like, I got the straw.
Godzilla wants to say something. Anytime that you type on your social media, please stand up for big monsters and kaiju like Godzilla. Anytime that you say that it is bad to make fun of kaiju, you will not get laid.
Women do not care about kaiju. Women do not care about social media causes. All women care about is, even with the bucket challenge, all the women cared about was that they wore a white shirt and that when the water hit them, their nice big round titties come out good on the digital picture of the camera. And they probably, some of them, would put on 2 or 3 sets of clothes.
God, I'm so embarrassed.
Yes. Look at my boobs bouncing. Yes. Chris knows what I'm talking about. This has been Godzilla. That's just good advice for young men. And for young women. Young women, don't act interested in a man. A man, don't act interested in his shirt. Don't act interested in his shoes. I remember a girl coming up to me, not a girl. Okay, I'm 36. So, I'm not going to say what age I was when this happened. I'm in a store.
Probably safe. Get in the safe zone.
Oh, it stayed safe. I went in the store, and I used to always like to take a lot of time in the store. Hey, good one.
Hey, thanks.
I like to take a lot of time in the store,
right.
and basically just because I'm looking at women. So, that's my shopping. Right. I don't do anything with them. I'm happily married.
Right.
But that's my fun in shopping. If I got to go buy a pair of shoes...
it's window shopping, and you go home and enjoy the toy you got. Yes.
Exactly. So...
Love you, baby!
Well, I would never classify mine as a toy. Anyway, I'm in this aisle, and I'm just looking at... I can't remember even what I was looking at, but this woman is staring the fuck out of me.
Right.
And I ain't going to say a word. Because I just... If I'm interested, I would already said something. But I started to think, she's really weird. I'm going to get close to her. So I start getting closer to her. I'm inching in. Then here she comes. Boom. Right in front of me. Puts her butt right in front of me. Okay. Bends over. And says, those are nice shoes. I didn't know what to say. I thought she was going to say something about a product she was looking at, bending over in front of me. No, she says those are nice shoes. And I said, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then I walked out of the aisle. How the fuck am I?
This must have happened when you were older, because I'm pretty sure when we were younger, you would have been like, oh, really? I have a windsock.
No, it was just weird how it was done.
Yeah.
It's not like someone came up and said, hey, nice shoes. She said, those are nice shoes, while bending over right in front of me. I mean, I could have, it was a situation. And I'm thinking, this lady's insane.
Just mount it up.
Yeah, she's insane. That's all I came away from it was completely fucking insane lady. Like, that's not how you hook up. You don't bend over in front of a guy, push into him.
You can, and guys, you can hook up with that girl. Just don't give her any information about yourself.
Exactly.
You don't. There's no address involved, no phone numbers.
Right.
You just.
That was the weirdest experience I've ever had in a store.
I'm coming off as such a fuck on this.
Well, me too. I don't really care. That's the difference. I don't give a fuck what people think of me. I spent 2 years going in and out of hospitals and thinking that I was on my way out. So when I found out that I may not be on my way out, I decided I was just going to say what I want to say at all times.
Fuck yeah.
So when my experiences are sometimes funny. That story needed to be told because I still remember what she looked like. And it's just... I will always think of that lady as one of the fucking most insane people I ever met. And only because she was trying to get my dick. But I'm not used to that way of doing it.
Yeah, there's usually a conversation.
No, usually it's... you're so good at the guitar. You know where's the party at? And then they start touching your nuts.
And that's always good.
I guess. You should have seen some of the places we played. It was not good.
Well,
where's the party at is not a good thing to hear from someone that's not attractive.
Yeah, especially if they got like one eye open and they're like totally.
Well, of
fucking
course they only got one.
obliterated.
They always only got one eye open at the end of the show because they've been drinking so damn
And
long.
you know, I gotta admit, I've been to some of your shows, and some of those women.
Hey, you just killed off. You just killed off any possibility of ever coming to any shows. I love all of them.
Well, it's not like I can get laid at the shows anymore. I can't be like, hey, that's my buddy up there. Want to suck my dick?
That'd be a weird
or
thing
what
anyway.
I used to do in the 90s, I'm an artist, can I draw you?
Yeah.
That was the greatest part about when that fucking Titanic movie
Niantic. When the Niantic came out.
When the Niantic came out.
Niantic's got a lot of stories in it.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
the one story I wanted to tell right now, because
Okay.
I don't think Ted will ever be up here, but remember we were in our 20s and we were fake wrestling in your yard
Yeah.
in Niantic, but it reminded
That's
me.
why we tried to do the TV show,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
let's not talk about that. Maybe that's another episode. But
There's a lot of history here, folks.
when I have a visual element, it'll be funnier to talk about that. But where was I going with this?
I don't know. You were talking about...
Oh, fake wrestling. Okay,
Yeah.
then when we were kids, Ted and I used to go in his yard and
Right.
fake fight, and we were fake fighting, and I mean we're beating the shit out of each other, but it's fake. We didn't hit each other. Well, instead of someone calling the police or trying to break us up or something, this guy rolls up with his wife and I don't know who else, but they're all adults in a minivan. Rolls down his window and says, child abuse, child abuse, child abuse. And I had Ted on the ground. I turned around, whipped toward him and said, if you don't get out of here, there's going to be some parent abuse. And they drove off.
I still love that story.
Ted still tells that story, and he reminded me of it the other day, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot about that one. But yeah, now I can remember it. Yep. So much shit happened at that house.
Oh, man.
Terrible. So much stuff happened. God. What?
One of my favorite memories, though, was your birthday party.
Oh, yeah.
And...
Don't say his name. We've already talked about him once. Because this is bad.
I want to... you're talking about the swimming pool incident.
Yeah, are you going to talk about that?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I am now. He was wearing white swimming trunks, and Ryan had a pool, and he was swimming, and what was it? Your mom wouldn't get him a towel or something?
No, she got him a towel.
What was the fucking deal?
He said
he told me-
the girls were making fun of him.
Yeah, and he wouldn't get out of the fucking pool because yeah.
No, he got out of the pool, but he said the girls were making fun of him when he was changing. And he hadn't changed. He had a towel on.
Yeah.
And all the girls are like, what the fuck is he talking about?
So he must have had some issues.
Yeah. But I remember that night we all was inside the house doing ghost stories.
Yeah.
And me and you had came up with this idea, and we staged the mask in the bathroom, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I went to the bathroom, and back in that day, I was like, military Chris, I'm going to join military. I fucking belly crawled out of the fucking bathroom, and everyone's in the front room, and I crawled all the way around all the furniture and everything, and he got to the scary part of the story, and I jumped out, and I was like, ah! And, like, we got a response out of maybe 25% of the people there.
Yeah, but it worked. It was still funny.
Oh, it was fucking hysterical.
I remember the mask. It was a red devil mask.
Yeah.
I wish I still had that because I saw one on some site. I saw that exact mask, and I was like, God damn it! I wish I still had that.
But I'm still amazed that I was actually able to get in there without anybody.
That's so
Because
funny.
the layout of your house at that time was insane. But I belly crawled it, baby. I fucking belly crawled it.
Well, yeah, whatever. That was an interesting time for a lot of people.
Yep.
That
A lot
was
of good times.
my 14th birthday, which means I had discovered beating off and jizzing 4 years prior to that day. That was the anniversary, my 4-year anniversary of beating off.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd already been doing it for 4 years prior to that. So imagine what I'm sitting and thinking when I'm in 6th grade. I'm looking at all these girls like, oh, holy shit, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But none of the other guys are talking about
Now
it.
the girls even swam that night, did they?
Yeah.
No. I remember that one did.
Which one?
Wasn't it Amy?
Oh, yeah, she swam.
Yeah.
Ben swam.
Yeah.
So that's all that mattered. That's terrible to say, but man, did I have a crush on those girls.
Yeah. They were pretty cute.
They are so beautiful still today. But yeah, I think almost everybody swam, but I can't remember who was there.
Oh, most of the class was there because that was a big freaking party.
I don't remember who was there except the girls.
And you weren't even on drugs in it.
Right. I remember the girls.
Well, you
2 of them.
You remember, yeah. You remember the important parts of the party.
Right.
And it was such a strange party because even then, all the people showed up, but they still went to their social cliques.
Well, that's teenagers, but
yeah.
I remember I did that at 8th grade prom. I took a girl there, but and my mom dropped me off at her house, and I always wondered because Wes, you did it. After she asked me to 8th grade prom,
right?
But of course, Wes says she only did that because she feels sorry for you. You're a fat piece of shit, which is funny today. But she would call me and stuff, and I always talked to her with the underlying tone of she doesn't even like me. She's just doing this to be nice. There's probably a group of girls there laughing at me on the phone.
Yeah.
And that was a horrible. Wasn't at the time. It wasn't a horrible night, but when I got older, I started thinking about it. Like maybe she actually liked me, and Wes is just an asshole. And he maybe might have ruined my chances of having a really nice
time with her.
Yeah. And which
Yeah.
which he is apt to do. He was apt to do as a child.
Well, he was great for that, man.
Wes-
Still love you, buddy. Still love you.
Yeah, Wes is still one of the greatest.
Oh man,
I mean,
I had a lot of good times.
all the bad shit we did. I mean, we all did it, but yeah, I still remember that.
Well, that was the beauty about our childhood is, we give each other good ribbon. But at the end of the day, we'd be like, yeah, we're still friends. Whatever. Fuck off.
Right. Even with people that...
Today, I don't think people are that emotionally stable anymore.
No.
They're like, you don't agree with me. I'm going to kill you.
He told me Black Veil Bride's album isn't good. I'm going to shoot the school. That's exactly how it is, dude. I did, like, last week on my podcast, I read a log of some Canadian piece of shit.
Yeah.
Who, all he would write on, his whole thing was, I hate Obama and shit like that.
Yeah.
And, man, I don't necessarily love government of any form, but how can you hate somebody that never did anything? He's never done anything. He has not done one thing. It was like hating Bush.
Yeah.
He never did anything. Yeah. So you hated his dance he did? Bush danced like 50 times. And there's a compilation of George Bush dancing on YouTube. Yeah. And that was his presidency.
That was indeed his presidency.
People say, oh, he was fucking warmonger and he sent everybody to war and Saddam Hussein and 9/11, but
no,
he danced.
He was a cheerleader.
Exactly.
He truly was a cheerleader.
Yes.
The people that are fucking you, they don't hold power in government.
No.
They buy the fucking government.
Well, that's Chris's opinion, but my opinion is that it's people like the guy I called tonight that fuck you. They're the ones running the story. They could say, hey,
you're charging a little too much on that wholesale. I don't want to have to bring the price up. Can we work something out here? Or maybe, I guess I could take a little less profit.
Yeah.
No, he's the guy fucking everybody. The mechanic. You really got to pay your guys $68 an hour. You really got to do that, don't you?
Yeah.
$68 fucking dollars an hour. You really got to do that. When it took him 12 minutes. It took him 12 minutes to do that. And you paid him full hour price, $68 motherfucking dollars.
Yep.
The people who are fucking you are the business owners. And all these business owners around here, the mom and pop business, they're the ones that stick it right in your butt and leave it in. They stick it in. Mom and pop business sticks it in as far as it can go and then cuts it off. And then sews it up.
I've got to disagree on that one. I'm a very fair businessman.
I am too. I think if I want to go out and sell, say I want to sell cars.
Yeah.
I buy a bunch of cars and I sell them.
Right.
I don't need a license to do that, right? That's the way I look at it. No, that's the way I look at it.
Okay, the way you're looking at it.
I don't need to fucking get a license, go to
Right.
school, do all this shit. If I'm good at something, I do it and I make money at it, okay?
Right. That's the way it should be.
Right. But it's not like that.
No.
And so you got business, they got the license.
Yeah.
They also got to pay the tax. So guess what they're going to do to you? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Because they got to pay all that. Now, a place like Walmart don't even care if you walk out with merchandise. See, that's the difference. Mom, pop.
In places.
Yeah.
In places.
Sure, I mean, if you go to Clinton Walmart and steal, they're probably going to catch you.
Yeah.
But you go to, say, somewhere else, Walmart, and just walk out, they don't even bat an eye. They just stand there.
No.
You got to go somewhere else where certain kind of people work. And they don't even care.
They don't give a fuck. They're
No.
there to get a check.
Go to Walmart in the ghetto. Because if you weren't me, you could go and you could just walk out with whatever you want. Just walk out and walk fast. That's it. They don't even look at you. They're like, yep, another one.
Yeah.
Now, Walmart is losing. And for some reason, they're still profiting. So,
Well, that's what happens when you sell crap.
well, I got to hand it to him, to Sam's Club and all of them. For you've learned how to sell absolute shit and turn a profit.
Fuck yeah.
While half of your stores are being bombarded with thieves.
So what does that say about the markup on their shit?
Exactly. But see, if I go into, say, Senor Johnny's baseball card shop, I ain't walking out with any of those baseball cards. He's going to make me buy them.
Yeah.
Okay? Even if it's a 25-cent card. He sees me pocket it. He's prosecuting me to the fullest. I'm going to jail for 3 years. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm getting 2 to 3 years in a fucking federal penitentiary because a penitentiary. I'm going away for a long time for stealing 25 cents worth of shit. But if you go to somewhere that is in Illinois and you go to their Walmart or other similar style store, and it's in a bad part of town where no one gives a fuck, half of the workers are robbing the store blind anyway, you can just walk out. If you're not me.
What's really scary is that some of your listeners might actually try that.
I hope they do, because you're a fucking idiot if you do. I want you to do that. I want you to go in.
Be like that Abby dude. Steal this book.
Yeah. Steal my book. Yeah. Steal this movie. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. What I don't get about thievery. I'm not big on thievery. What I don't get about it is who gave you the fucking right to look at a movie without paying for it, and who gave you the right to download a starving artist's music? Now, I'm not starving, but that's because I have friends. If I was by myself making the art that I make, I wouldn't have any money.
No.
And I'd die. I'd probably kill myself.
Well, fuck. Even if you're paying for it, though, they're not, it's not. That money's not going to you. It's going to the fucking.
Even when I release something.
No.
I used to get enough orders that maybe I could buy groceries for a week.
Yeah.
Now I release something. Nobody. But guess what? I'll get 500 emails of how great the album is. And that's what pisses me off. How did you get the album? You didn't buy it.
So what you heard was a bunch of MP3s, and now you're going to write me and tell me how great I am because of my MP3s. Why don't I just fucking shoot myself on camera?
Why don't you come over to my house, perform your profession for free?
Right.
And I'll tell you how grateful I am.
I don't go to your work and knock CDs out of your hand and not give you money. Whatever the fuck that means.
Oh, this is special for Chris being here. God damn it. Just for Chris.
Just for me, all right.
I found this the other day. Now, can you read just this?
That says Christmas 1996.
Okay, this is 96. I was fresh out of high school. Read what this is.
The Kiss Christmas catalog.
Well, look. Kiss Christmas catalog. Now, can you tell me, get up closer to the mic and tell the people, did Kiss send me this catalog? No.
No,
Who sent me this catalog?
Peter Arquette.
Exactly. So, back in the day, this is how big bands had piracy and shit going on.
Yeah.
Is a man like Pete would sell you stuff like special limited edition CD singles of the demo version of Strutter. Or that's it. Okay, you got 5 different versions of the demo of Strutter. And each one had a different old picture of a Kiss member or the special group shot from the demo days, which actually wasn't from the demo days. The demo days, they didn't even have this makeup on, but he was kind of passing it off as that. Oh, I was wrong, man.
Does that have the Kiss Bible in it?
No. This was before that. This is the demo version of Strutter. Live version 1974, Nothing to Lose, and Hotter Than Hell Live 76.
All right.
This is how old this is. The value of these little gems is the beautiful packaging geared towards collectors. These are bootlegs. Singles are all but extinct in the United States, so it's surprising to find that many people don't even know what they are. Basically, they are just like regular CDs, but only 3 inches in diameter and only a few songs on each. They can play in most any regular CD player, although some need an adapter that can be bought for only a few dollars. This is one of the nicest collectibles I've seen come out in a long time. Sold only in a set of 5 for $35.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Now look.
Today that would probably be worth about $300.
To an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul
Who needs a physical copy of music anymore, man?
Paul had different makeup on, but it wasn't nothing big. Everybody's seen that picture. Kiss dolls. This 1996 prices on the Kiss dolls from 70s. 1979 or whenever they came out, 78.
This is the fan club shit, ain't it?
No, this is just a bootlegger. He had the real shit too, like these dolls.
Yeah.
Peter in box was $200 alone. Okay, this is 1996 prices. Autographed Ace in box was $215. His autograph commanded only $15 more than Peter in the box, mint condition. I don't know. Ace missing the armbands, $100. They had a Kiss cups. See, he'd make his own Kiss cups. Drink coasters.
I wonder if I'm kind of half tempted to look this guy up on the internet and see if he got fucking sued. Because, man, Kiss went on a fucking rampage at one fucking point.
It was around this time.
Yeah.
And here is the large catalog of bootleg Kiss concerts. I ordered them. I got a couple of them.
Remember when bootlegs used to be such a big fucking deal? I remember that one fucking place in Springfield, that guy who he had a bunch of bootlegs, and you had to go in there, and it was like buying drugs or some shit, and you'd be like, hey, man, you got any bootlegs? And you cup? No. Here. And you'd follow this dude down in the fucking basement, and there would be a shit ton of fucking bootlegs.
Yep. Or you could get a
Times
catalog.
they haven't changed.
I actually ordered the Video Treasures and the Hotter Than Hell tour at the Winterland Ballroom, which everybody has footage of nowadays, but back then no one did.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff, like, some of the stuff you got was just, for a retarded 17-year-old Kiss fan like I was back then.
Well, most of the shit was terrible quality anyway.
Right. So
it's like, I just spent $50 for this Black Sabbath concert, and I can barely see anything, and it all just sounds muddled.
This is, I don't know who would want this. People paid money for this, okay?
All right.
It's only $16, though, for 2 full hours of stuff like K's 106.7 radio in Denver, Colorado.
Where they do the blurbs.
No, all 4 members are videotaped by a fan as they eat breakfast. Okay, now, Paul Stanley sex tape. This is 10 minutes of outtakes that were never used. It's not a sex tape. This is 10 minutes of outtakes that were never used from the exposed video. Basically, it's just Paul and some great-looking girl in a steam room wearing nothing but towels, rolling around, making out, tonguing, wrapping their legs around one another. It's strange. I can't imagine what it was to be used for. Trust me, you've never seen Paul do this before. That'll only cost you $16 to see that shit. You know, I don't know.
You would never see a sex tape with Paul because they would sue their ass.
Well, Gene's came out. You know, it wasn't with Shannon. Oh my god. But yeah, that's Kiss catalog. Thought I'd pull it out since it hasn't been seen since I looked at it the other day, but I pulled it out and it hadn't been seen since then.
Yeah. Oh man, Jesus Christ!
Long time ago.
You was really into them. Well, you're still really into them. But...
Oh yeah, I even accept the fake Kiss without all the original members. I don't care.
Hotter Than Hell's in town. I'm going.
I've seen tribute.
You could probably talk me into the midget band.
No,
just for the fuck of it.
They were lip syncing. Like if the midgets came out, are we supposed to call them little people? If the little people came out and they played actual instruments, then yeah, I'd be interested. Problem is, instruments are big.
Well, they could have came out with ukuleles and shit. That would have been funny.
Could have, but instead they just lip synced.
It's getting hot in here. Ding, 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 ding.
Does anybody want to roll around in the steam room? Woo! With our towels on? Woo! 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 Ric Flair.
Nature Boy.
All right, I hope everybody enjoyed this edition of the JR Show with Chris Pritts, my special guest. I just want to tell him thank you for coming and being such a special, as in code word for retarded. Yes.
I got peanut butter.
Yes. All right. Well, Chris, thank you very much.
Oh, hey, thank you, man. This has been a fucking treat, man.
Yep, you're welcome back anytime, and you will be back. And
definitely.
We will have a lot of fun on the radio again, just like we did tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed listening to it. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I don't got any other things to say to you people. As far as I'm concerned, y'all can fuck off.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And good night.
Don't tell them thanks.
Or just fuck off too.